What's up, Evan?
What is
Evan.
up?
Really you. What's going on, guys? We're back. It's My Cup of Tea, episode number 214. Thoughts?
Wow. It's one higher than 212. The last time we were here.
That's two higher than 100.
Oh, you said 214?
Yeah.
214. Okay, yeah. Sorry. I went as soon as you mentioned that I went full screen, so I didn't see the number of that episode. But this is good. This is gonna be a fun one. Chill podcast. It's always a fun one when we don't have too much news to talk about. But we're gonna be shooting the shit about Lanterns episode 2, and then all these Marvel MCU rumors. What could be possibly going on? Oh, is there? That's exciting. Yeah, I haven't kept up with a lot of these.
I skimmed just to have association to the thumbnail, but this would be fun to go live through.
Yeah, very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. But yeah, I'm having a blast watching Lanterns. So we're going to break down Lanterns episode 2. And yeah, last time we really talked about a DC show in depth back to back was like a Peacemaker season 2, which was not as great as season 1. But we liked certain episodes. So that was fun to track. Even though the funny thing about Peacemaker season 2 was the big twist, kind of, was that the other world was full of Nazis or racist or whatever. People figured that out in like episode 1 or 2, and then it's like, okay, I guess we're gonna. And then it took to episode it was like episode 4, yeah, it was episode 4 or 5 where they finally revealed that twist, and then every episode after that wasn't as exciting as the last. I'm liking this other HBO DC show. I think coming off the heels of Supergirl, people are just like, oh, this universe sucks now because one movie sucks, which is super annoying. But I like the what do you call it? The vibe, the mindset is slowly changing. At least for the smart people who like critical thinking, the vibe is changing as people are loving Sunday Night Lanterns. People just like one episode at a time. There's no binge shit. I like it. Like we're gonna talk about some of the mystery angles here, but there are certain theories that you never know what is going to happen.
But do I love it? But do I love this show?
Do you?
Yeah. I like it a lot. I do think there are some elements where, like, I think the realistic grittiness is maybe overtaking the enjoyment of seeing fantastical characters brought to the screen.
Fair enough.
With the Sinestro of it all, I think.
Yeah, I do wonder. Spoiler alert: we got our Sinestro reveal here at the end of the episode. But you mentioned like the less fantastical element here. I do like how we're on episode 2 and we already are seeing Sinestro, which is really cool. I wonder if we do. I wonder if we might dive into his backstory, not Sinestro's backstory, but just like the backstory between Hal and Sinestro. Why Sinestro? The classic story of Sinestro betraying the Lanterns and Hal being the one to take him in. That's as much as the wiki page that Sheriff Kane knows about. But Hal doesn't really go deeper into that. But the fact that they're like teasing that, and she's asking questions about that, and we're already meeting Sinestro, leads me to believe that we are going to learn more about that history. On top of how compelling the Manhunter stuff is, and how that mystery is somehow spiraling into Hal's own origin, which is kind of swept away by Hal. But he was like, so we learned more about the Manhunters as a race this episode, and I thought it was very fun to see. Well, first off, a fun sequence of events with John's kidnapping coming out of Hal's house, which was very fun. Bachelor pad place that Hal only has a bed in. He gets out of that during the whole that highway chase sequence was crazy.
I was freaking out. I was like, "Get off the road, go left."
Nathan, me and you both. I'm like, why is this motherfucker just like go on? If you're gonna be ballsy enough to full on go straight into traffic, John, can you be ballsy enough to go left or right into the side of the road where cars are still going to be coming at you fast if you're going forward or left and right? I don't know. It was a chaotic but very fun chase sequence there. But after that scene when they kidnap him, we meet. Take down his name. we meet Anton, who
Mm-hmm.
explains to us a lot of the what's it called, Manhunter backstory here. Um, well, what we know prior to this, or no, what we know during this is that Manhunters have like some kind of alien tech.
Mm.
Because this is not the first time they have what he says seeded a world in terms of like um disguising themselves as a certain race and
Yeah.
then slowly taking over that world. So they have a lot of alien tech that makes them able to do so. Um, what's it called? The universe was in chaos, and then the Manhunters showed up out of nowhere. The Guardians sent multiple Guardians of the Galaxy, or Guardians sent multiple Green Lanterns to dispose of
Mm-hmm.
them, but there was one that was supposed to be disposed of that did not. It kind of escaped, and they
Mm-hmm.
say they followed it back here to Earth. When John tells that side of the story to then Hal at the end of the episode, Hal was like, maybe Abin Sur, the Green Lantern that gave Hal his ring, maybe that Green Lantern, maybe Abin Sur was killed by a Manhunter, hence jumpstarting
Mm.
Hal's own origin. Um,
Okay.
so, and that part was when they went back into the motel. He was like, "Yeah, there's a possible Manhunter here that was tracked down to Earth," and he was like, "Maybe Abin Sur did it." And I'm like, "Oh wow!" But how didn't seem that like pressed by? I mean, I would say like, how did he see that pressed by it? But he immediately went to go went
Yeah.
to Sinestro, so he was obviously pressed by that reveal. So, but we don't know if Hal is right. He says Abin Sur was dispatched the Manhunter on Earth, presumably killed by Hal's origin. Then he asked Sinestro like, "What's going on here with Manhunters?" There could be more to the story. That's Hal's assumption. We have to take it as face value for now.
Yeah.
Um, but the Manhunter reveal is interesting because I thought when I saw the commercials for this TV show, this is what I didn't want to say last week, but like I thought there was going to be like a secret invasion. I thought there would be multiple Manhunters, multiple aliens disguised as humans here. It
Oh.
seems like there's just, well, at least so there's just one Manhunter. There's one antagonist that is
Mm-hmm.
disguised as a human. That's like the big mystery. Who is the Manhunter?
Yeah.
Who can it be now? Um,
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
but then we also learned that Anton and the guys that interrogated John are also aliens disguised as humans. They're just not out to kill. They're just out to kill the Manhunter, find that race.
Sure.
And we learn that the alien that exploded itself in the sheriff's office was part of Anton's men.
Mm.
Um, that what's it called? That's why they were upset at Hal and they beat up John. Um, so that's interesting. So there could be multiple aliens still on this show disguised as humans that we know so far.
Yeah.
Um, but they don't have to be the Manhunter. They could just be another race of aliens, I guess.
Mm.
Which obviously makes sense because episode 1 was the one that says like did episode 1 say there's 14 alien species that can be disguised as humans, or like there's
I think
14
so.
species,
Yeah.
something along those lines about like, hey, it's hard to
Or
tell
or like none of our
technology.
technologies can discern that they are aliens. Like they perfectly match our biology.
Exactly. So you never know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot of reveals here. But yeah, so the mystery goes on here. Who is the Manhunter? This is my question to you, Nathan. Do you think the one Manhunter is the benefactor, Phil, Will Macon, the person that is giving Will this, grandfather, giving him this NDA,
Mm.
protecting the farm, has his whole militia. The person that gave Will all this money, is that the Manhunter itself to protect itself, or is it somebody else?
Maybe, but I also think that he doesn't know that his benefactor is an alien because of his beliefs.
Ooh, I like that idea too.
Mm.
Yeah, for first off, people are really wanting to zero in on Will being an alien. I think Will is the obvious one that's not an alien. Just
Yeah.
given everything that we know so far, Will seems like the kind of character that is just like, I am out to protect myself against aliens. But who knows? Maybe that's because he's like, I'm a manhunter and I don't want other people as in we saw episode 1, other aliens coming to town trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Like the Manhunter could be the one to be like, I'm setting up all these alien detectors so that
Yeah.
I know who the fuck is coming to catch me and I can kill them. Hence what we saw in episode 1. But I don't know if that's the case. I think it's more so like it just seems more interesting for Will to be an older man, like an older statesman person, like who is very much fearful of aliens. And like you said, boom, his boss was the alien all along, and he is surprised by that.
Yeah.
I also don't know, given that I'm not a Green Lantern comic book fan, I don't know if this character who is a benefactor is going to be like a comic book character or not. People are like, oh, could it be so and so, so and so, and so and so? I'm like, I don't. It could be like an original person who was just like a manhunter. I'm not sure. But they also a lot of people on the internet are saying Zoe Macon, the grandmother that had sex with John, the grandmother that had sex with John is the Manhunter. I don't think so. Where do you lean?
Not presently. No. Anything could happen. It could be somebody right under our nose. It could not be. It'll be interesting to figure that out, though. I think it's also interesting that important distinction in the DC universe is that people hear the word Manhunter and they think, oh, Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, exactly.
Separate entities. But also, interestingly enough, that apparently the Manhunters were created by the Guardians.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
no, I didn't see that part. So
in
that
the
could.
DC universe. So I wonder if it's like a thing that like they made it, got out of hand, sent the Lanterns after to clean up their mess.
Boom! That's big. That's a big reveal. So yeah, so Guardians, and we might learn this very thing next episode because
Sure.
what Anton, because I remember I rewound it in the episode. I mean, I made sure like in terms of the backstory, they said the Manhunter, the universe was in chaos, chaotic universe, and then all of a sudden the Manhunters showed up, and then we called the Guardian. The Guardian dispatched Green Lanterns to save the day, but they missed one, and they saved that one. So that could be the fact that like, hey, we fucked up creating these guardians, or creating these manhunters / terminators in a way. We disposed of one, or we kept one as kind of like a experiment, or I don't know what the reason could be. The Guardians are seeming very sus as of this episode, with the whole manhunter thing, and the way that John speaks about it. He was like, or the way that Hal speaks about it. When John was like, "Oh, did you inform the Guardians yet?" He's like, "Oh, no, why would I do that?" Like Hal was very dismissive of informing the Guardians about this quest that they're on. So there has to be some beef there. And could the beef spawn from whatever happened with Sinestro? Probably. A lot of distrust there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very fascinating. So yeah, because next week in the preview we meet my girl not Linda Cardellini.
Oh wow.
Laura Linney from Ozark, the mom from Ozark.
Okay.
She is going to be one of the Guardians. I think she's gonna be like our Guardian, head Guardian lady, or somebody that talks to John in the previews. We also see a lot of John backstory in the previews. So that's very exciting. Other people, I saw a rumor on Twitter. Somebody says that John's father was the Manhunter. Maybe, and then that gives Robot. And John's father being a Manhunter. I skimmed this theory on Twitter last night when I was doom scrolling. Somebody said like that Manhunter, and that's why John's father is so like, where's Jordan? What was on the news? What did he say? Like, fuck Jordan. Like, maybe that's it. I don't know. That's the theory I saw on Twitter. There's a lot of anybody can be a Manhunter. Oh, a sad one would be, what if it's the sheriff? Hal and the sheriff would be getting closer and closer. Like during what was it, during the community conference? What's it called? One of those scenes, like he asked, like, oh, any trouble at home? Or he was like, any, like he was like, any wife issues? What's going on? Any trouble at home or whatever? Hal is very much like infatuated by the sheriff, who obviously has a husband. Her husband also could be very sus. The whole lawyer, I think his name is Bailey. I don't know. But we got the sense this episode that Billy and subsequently Billy's dad, Will, really want John to go. Hence, they were like, okay, we paid off your bail, basically. Um, you know, the guy blew himself up. There's no reason to keep you here, or there's no reason for you to stay here. Goodbye. And then they shoot Hal after that. But yeah, like Will really wants Jordan to leave, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Again, we can say is that because this whole alien thing, Will wants to like focus in on what could be an alien, what's not, and how is messing it all up. Will wants to remain in control. Or the easy answer is like the benefactor is the Manhunter, but I do not think so. I think it's somebody else, somebody that we probably already have seen. So I don't think it's Will, and I don't think it's Zoe. Zoe being the grandmother.
Right.
I think it's somebody else, and I'm very intrigued to see what it is. I can't wait to rewatch this series too, because some people who said like they've watched all 7 episodes did not watch the finale. I don't know if there's 8 or 10 episodes. Actually, I should look that up. I think there's 8 episodes. But they said like it's fun seeing people's theories online. But hopefully, again, as I mentioned up top, I like that there's no really hardcore what's it called? Easy guess. I like oh, they're all Nazis. 8 episodes, yeah. Unless you meant the Green Lantern animated series of 26 episodes. No, I didn't mean the Green Lantern animated. I forgot there was one. But yeah, so also that sequence of Anton talking to John about the Guardians, about Green Lanterns, and about Manhunters, when he tells John, like, I want you to see what we felt, it kind of reminded me of, that reminded you of the Andor sequence? When
yes, I was about to say, with Bix, yeah.
Yeah, I love when sci-fi is like, oh yeah, I feel our torture. You're just like, ah, it's like, oh my god, like what did John have to go through there? Holy shit! And we didn't mention this. One of the biggest power, what do you call it? Power scaling prowessness of John this entire episode was him maintaining control of this living construct of bird for over like 24 hours, without the ring, which is crazy. Without, despite the chaotic highway chase sequence, which was crazy, he was knocked out prior to that and still had the bird there.
Was John a child of the ring?
Yeah, he was body. John's a living construct himself.
If his dad is a Manhunter and they were made by the Guardians who run the Lantern, I don't know.
That could be a thing, right? So I like that. I like that theory. Because that was like instantly in episode 1, we're all like, why does John's dad hate Hal? And it seemed very soon from Hal coming onto the scene. Like, well, granted, it was a 60 minutes, interview kind of thing. But like, no TV on, don't even look up Hal, but then asking questions about Hal, and then like, Hal talked about like, the main thing the Guardians asked us was, or asked me, Abin Sur, was that like he asked me, what do you fear? And Hal said after losing his mom, he didn't fear anything. So it was, it was not hard for him to accept the role as a Green Lantern. But that same thing is asked to John subsequently with like, what do you fear? Like, whatever, when he was getting shot at by his dad. That's very interesting. It's like, oh my gosh, what could be going on here?
The thing they injected into John's neck to see these things was the color yellow, which is fear.
Fear itself. Yeah, so I remember Draven and them talked to us about the different emotions in different lanterns. Do you remember that? Do we have Draven here today? Draven, where you at?
Not just yet, but I remember him talking about it. I don't recall what the different colors meant, but I can probably look it up real quick.
You had one job, Nathan. You had one job.
You just brought it up.
I did.
This was on the fly.
Because I think there's. Oh, I wrote down in my notes. Somebody mentioned. Where was it? The passphrase to get into John's lantern place. Also, John's lantern place is in a pocket dimension. Although that was a funny reference to Superman, which was all about different pocket dimensions.
Yeah, and Peacemaker.
And Peacemaker, right? Peacemaker has a pocket dimension. Superman, Lex Luthor creates a pocket dimension, the dangers of that, and then Hal has a pocket dimension as like his home safe, where he keeps the lantern lamp that uh, charges the ring.
Yeah.
But the password there was like Mogo doesn't socialize.
Yeah.
And apparently Mogo is like a Green Lantern planet
Mm,
kind of thing. Very,
right
very
on.
weird. Very James
Thoughts?
Gunn-esque.
Yeah. Thoughts on the look of the lantern itself?
The suit?
The lantern.
Oh, the lantern. Yeah. Looked like a lantern. Looked cool.
Yeah.
Um, I don't remember seeing a lantern that much in like the TV shows that I watched. Like I don't remember seeing it that much in um Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is fair because it's usually just to recharge the power.
yeah, and most cartoons are like it's always charged,
Sure.
like unless the story demands it.
But then also the suits themselves looking way better than what we saw in the trailer because I feel like there was like hints shades of like just brown in the trailer. It was weird.
Yeah, like I think most people in the trailer I think saw the last one, the one that was like brought
The one
back
that
to
was out.
how, yeah, the one that was out, that was like
But that one is
obviously
also
roughed up.
yeah, but that one is also like in the final product here, it's just straight green and black.
It's green and black with just like some gray on it, like oh, it's had some wear and tear. But yeah, it didn't look that bad to me.
No, not at all.
So
It
maybe
looked
they
really good,
changed it.
especially like on Hal. I think it looked really good.
I agree. Yeah, maybe they changed it in the post, but yeah, it didn't look that bad to me. Or spoiler alert, people just gotta watch the damn show before complaining.
Yeah.
Not us, but like, people online are like, this suit stinks. This lantern show is gonna suck because it's not green.
It's green.
It's green. It's green, guys. And what's it called? Like you mentioned, I like the suit up at the end. Again,
Yeah.
if this was a Marvel show, that whole scene is in the finale, boys. Like that whole scene is like,
the Sir Dracula.
getting a suit up and meeting the villain, like that's finale stuff in Marvel shows where it's like I could only get the new suit in episode 8 or episode 9,
Penultimate, yeah.
penultimate episode. It's like, I've you guys have watched my show, I've earned my suit, it's
That
time.
said,
John might
have to wait.
John might have to wait till the finale.
But there's 3 suits there. Like, just give him one.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, as soon as I mentioned that, I was like, okay, maybe it still counts because this is John's show.
If I were to put money on it, I can see a scene where it's like they have to go together to talk to the Guardians, and Hal's like, listen, just put this on. Like, just trust me. Like, they really care about this shit.
Take a peep
like that, where like he doesn't care, but John's like, oh my god.
Yeah, right. John be like, okay, cool, because John obviously cared more than Hal. I thought it was pretty sweet when John brought back the lantern and the suit.
Yeah,
and Hal's like, oh, thank you. Like he didn't really expect that. But John's like, hey, shoot, like this is a good suit. Don't waste it. So that was very cool.
Flying scene was also really fun.
I episode 1 and episode 2, I'm really liking the flying effects. I was gonna say animation. The flying like CGI, the way they stage it is really, really cool. So this is like another planet, right? Or is this on Earth? Other planet.
It's another planet. I mean, yeah, they showed like the overview and it looked like all like you would think ice, but I think it's just like the way the planet. It might be a prison planet, if I were to guess.
Probably, yeah. And I like how Sinestro's immediately like, hey, how's it going, buddy? And he mentions like, John or Hal's like, where's the what do you know about manhunters? And Sinestro's like, the manhunters are the second most what did he say? The second most terrifying thing to you right now.
The second greatest threat in the known universe, and then it pivots to wanting to talk about John, which insinuates that John is the most dangerous.
Exactly, which you can kind of glimpse from like the trailer. I remember it was like, he's not your trainee, he's your replacement. So it could be the thing that like, okay, maybe again, which goes into my theory from episode 1 that like this is Hal's last mission before he has to like quote unquote retire or whatever.
Yeah.
And just like he is thrusting John in this unorthodox training because like he's really trying to test John to see if he's like up to snuff because he's been betrayed by Sinestro. Like he's like Hal is trying to test him in his own way if this guy is trustworthy or not, if this guy is capable or not. But at every turn, we're seeing John being like not only capable but just like
Yeah.
overpowered, like it's super powerful, with the whole bird ability there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I like this Nestro's back to playing mind games with Hal. It's like, oh, can you trust John? Or John's a big threat to you. He's gonna replace you. Like you're gonna be
Yeah.
nothing. Like that's gonna be interesting to see.
Absolutely. Um, so to that point though, with the stuff of Sinestro and what I said at the beginning of this, of just like my trepidation, not with the quality of the show, but with just like the idea of like introducing these more like gritty looks at the DC universe and just like
Yeah.
the greater sense of realism. Just looking at Sinestro himself here, cool to see, unexpected, awesome. I'm sure the actor is going to do phenomenal, but it also feels like weird in two senses. One being like the pigmentation of him seems a lot more subtle than at least like especially the last time we saw him in a live action, but also like
Yeah.
in artwork that you see and stuff. But I think it's also like that weird choices that we are making in this DC universe like seemingly multiple times, whether it was the announcement of Brave and the Bold Batman or now this, where it's like
It's
here's our
old.
classic heroes that are older now and are like especially like Hal and Sinestro and like they're both older and like kind of like out of their prime, as it were, and it's like just being like so advanced in the timeline of just because I have no idea. I have no doubt that they want to fast track the DC universe. So it's like, let's just make it all lived in right now. And it's like, okay, cool, but also, fuck, we jumped a lot.
That it's a fascinating discussion to have because yeah, like Sinestro, he does look pretty humanoid. Like he's not as dark red as you might
Sure.
expect him to be. Right, Sinestro isn't like super dark red. He's not like the Red Ranger, but like
No.
he has like it's like a magenta kind of skin color
Yeah.
there. But even here is definitely like a lighter tone. And again, it feels more like I don't want to say it feels like a human guy with pink skin on, but like it
Mm-hmm.
feels more toned down. So I know what you feel there.
Yeah.
Like I like you can feel like the actor more so than like him being like an alien creature, which Sinestro is.
Mm.
Um, so that's very interesting. So I feel that, but also in the line of thinking in regards to like this older DC universe, it's funny thinking about this in the context of the MCU, where the MCU didn't do that. The MCU is like starting us off like the beginning
Yeah.
of the era, basically. All the main characters are like 30s or 40s, and as they age up, what's up, Sonia? As they age up, our beginning heroes, then we have new heroes who are also now in their 30s or 40s with Phase 4 characters. And then we go even younger as we get into Phase 7 and beyond with the
Yeah.
X-Men who are now 20s and 30s. So we have a lot of longevity to have with the MCU because we have like a whole mutant saga to come to really dive into
Yeah.
now. And DC has, you know, equally amount of expansive lore to go into in the future. But we're starting off so old. Like, does the DCU have like I don't know. It does have like plenty of stories to go to, but like it is interesting that we're starting off so old here. Like
Yeah.
with how like it's so fascinating that like I wonder if they are going to pull in MCU and take a step back and go like 20s or 30s. I mean, that
Yeah.
would be the case for Teen Titans, but they're already doing a Teen Titans at their phase one, basically, which is
Yeah.
in development right now. So it's like, okay, we're already doing Teen Titans, but also Nightwing might already be a thing, which is crazy in terms of like in terms of DC longevity, in terms of like young characters, because the mutants or the MCU has mutants, and the mutants or the X-Men are like always portrayed as like mostly young.
Yeah.
Um, in DC, that youngness of the DC lore mostly spans around like, oh, the Bat family has some young characters. There was
Yeah.
Teen Titans, Superman's children with John and Laura Kent. Maybe if you want to go into that.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like you don't want to rush Superman having kids. But like Batman and his Bat family could be the perfect opportunity for young characters. But even then, those are older versions. Again,
Yeah.
I don't really mind on the Lantern side of thing. I don't mind starting with John. If John wants to be our
Sure.
gateway, like I could see James Gunn being like, okay, I'm pulling a Justice League Unlimited, Justice League Unite, whatever. John is our Green Lantern from here on out. Same thing
Yeah.
with like the Flash, where it's like, okay, no Barry or no. Actually, the Flash it seems like they're going right into what's it called? What's pre Barry? Wally. Like
No, that's Postberry.
or Postberry. So, but like it seems like
Jay
they
Garrick.
can Jake Garrick. So like it seems like they're diving into Wally. I think on the show though, which is, Wally makes sense though.
Yeah.
Because like again, going into youngness of the DCU, you can mention like Kid Flash and the Flash children there.
Yeah.
But either way, it's like yeah, it is fascinating that some aspects of this universe is already diving into old characters. Like
Yeah.
Sinestro, you know, it's on the same version as like a trying to think of an MCU comparison, but like you know, Obadiah Stane was a bit older, but Obadiah isn't like the biggest Marvel
Um,
villain. Um,
in terms of older actors, I mean, for the MCU, I mean, Hela was
yeah,
older, but that's also like an immortal being. Um,
but either way, like I don't
yeah,
see this Sinestro the way that they're framing him as a character in this show. It doesn't seem like we're gonna see him because even though I mentioned like, oh, we could see him um be a like we could see his backstory about why he betrayed the Guardians. That could be a fun how origin
yeah,
story, backstory. That could be fun. But I doubt we see him suit up and be like
mhm.
fight How in this kind of show. It doesn't seem like that's the kind of show where we'll see like
Yeah.
lanterns projecting and boxing like stuff like that.
I think that's another interesting discussion in regards to DC here. Not that we can't have different sides of the universe that have different tones, because even in comics, that's so clear when you're reading a Batman comic versus Superman
Yep.
comic. It's so vastly different. But I think what also like makes it weird for me is the fact that like when you look at the many adventures of Green Lantern, they're very colorful, very cosmic, very out there. And so I think like, and even though like the whole like core of it is like, yeah, they're space cops, so like we're doing procedural stuff in this format, and the format is there. I think like what makes it feel different is just the fact that like we're going with this like uh true crime, not sure what's it called, true
True
detective,
Detective.
like
Yeah.
true detective more vibe versus like you would probably expect a Green Lantern adaptation to look more like Men in Black or something, right?
Yes, good point.
Yeah.
That's a great comparison. Yeah, a Men in Black kind of thing, where we see multiple aliens, even though it is Earth based.
Yeah, and those are all like riddled with like they're doing investigation stuff, but they're like
Yeah,
in the middle of wacky alien shit uh, on Earth. So I think that's like where things are interesting, because it's weird because like we're seeing like Green Lantern stuff like this, and not to say like Green Lantern stuff won't get wacky like that. John's gonna be in Man of Tomorrow, and I'm sure it's gonna be vibrant and wacky and James Gunn. But
true. Yeah.
it's just interesting to see here, and I'm sure like even in future Green Lantern projects, whether or not we stick to TV here or we like jump more to the big screen with further adventures. Um, Time will tell how things look and how things proceed. But it's just like when it looks like something like Sinestro, will we get to see him in more of like a prime light, more like colorful, more like out there big adventure stuff, or is he going to be reserved to just like the Hal timeline that has come and gone that we had never truly lived through, and we just have John doing his own stuff? Because I'm sure he has his own villains, but it's just that is the Green Lantern villain.
Exactly right. So it is. I am very, very, very curious to see what comes of that. Um, but for the most part, I'm liking it, and maybe
Yeah,
Lantern season two. I'm still worried about like whenever you get Damon Lindelof. Like the last time Damon Lindelof did a season two of a show was Lost in 2009.
yeah,
Like I doubt they hired him on just to write or I doubt they had multiple seasons in mind for the show. I could be completely wrong, and I would love to get like season two renewal for Lanterns, but they always build the show as like buddy cop, true detective, Lanterns.
yeah.
Can't really have that if one of them is dead. So I wonder if we do ever get a Lantern show, like what'll come of a season two, if that is even a thing. I don't know, especially because after the show, we're automatically getting Man of Tomorrow. So
Yeah.
like what we see in Man of Tomorrow, which as you mentioned is obviously going to be more bombastic and James Gunn-esque. I doubt we'll see that come back down to earth with the Lantern season two, where John is like playing a detective again.
I would I would also use this as a really strong argument again in support of the idea of the merger of placing the Batman in this universe, because people would talk like, oh, that wouldn't match at all because of the tones, but like I wouldn't think to put Clark in this setting of Lanterns at all, but like they
No.
are in the same universe.
That's very true. Exactly. So yeah, yeah, the Batman works so well. Are you
Mhm.
talking about like Pattinson's Batman stuff like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
I
agree.
think and I think like it all works because like Gotham is so alive and like a true like revelation of that version from the comics brought to life in its own world. But that's the whole point. Is like you go to Gotham to experience Gotham. Gotham isn't just like bleeding into the greater DC universe. Everybody's confined cities are as they are.
Speaking of that, we mentioned in this episode, last episode we saw Sheriff Kane say like, "Tell Barb I said hi," and then this
Oh
week we
shit!
have, yeah, she said, "Tell Barb I said hi," and Jalen told me that I was like, that's probably just an Easter egg, whatever. It probably just doesn't mean anything.
Oh
But
yeah.
then this week we learned that she is from Gotham. So people are like, oh, okay, she's from Gotham. She said, tell Barbara said hi. So it's like maybe she is connected to there. My teacher friend at work showed me this article from comicbook.com that said maybe she is uh, related to like Carrie Kane,
Mm.
one of the Batgirls, the one with the red hair. The one that had a
Batwoman.
CW show, Batwoman. Yeah, the one that had a CW show.
Mm.
Um, there's like multiple Batwomans. Not Cassandra Kane, my favorite Batwoman. Um,
Mm.
but or she's more so Batgirl than Batwoman. But either way, they say like, oh, could she be that character, or is she related to said character? It's like, maybe. Um,
Sure.
so yeah, because she does seem to be smart. She told when Hal was like carrying around those dead alien bodies, and she's like, "Let me guess, this is the alien detector." Like she was way ahead of this than John or
Yeah.
than Hal ever was. Um, so yeah. Also, what do you think of that hospital with no patients and like no equipment,
I
like
mean,
that
at
would
least
be needed?
one sick geezer in there. Like,
What's going on? What's going on here? People are like thinking like maybe the Manhunter is using this whole town as like a front. This whole town is a front. Maybe they're all
mm,
aliens. Um,
shit, maybe that would
I
that
don't
would
know.
be crazy. Yeah. What if it's like a well, like Westworld situation where like the robots are invading?
Yes, like Westworld or like those nuclear fallout things where it's just like, oh, this is a fake show. This is a fake
Oh yeah,
environment.
a nuclear family type deal.
Yeah, like this is a whole fake environment. They're all aliens. I don't know, but yeah, the hospital thing. I was like, what is going on here? Like, why is nobody here? Um, it is just very very sus. So I'm very curious to see what goes on there. I'm trying to think of any other mystery. So we had lanterns, the lantern, um, John, Hal, Anton. So yeah, Anton gave John 48 hours to find this manhunter, or else they said they're going to start exploding. So it's like we saw in the jump cut to the future, like when John is heading back to the stadium, there was like a things looked destroyed or whatever.
I,
So
yeah, I think if I was interpreting right, I think it was like where these police station that they had the hole in the wall blown up with. It's just gone.
okay, yeah.
I think that's
So
what it was.
So yeah, so things could have happened, more explosions, more exploding aliens.
Yeah,
So we'll see what
and
happens. Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what happens there. This could also, again add greater mystery of the dead Hal that we find shot in the face. Like, is that Hal for real? Is it? Did Hal do that to an imposter? Who's to say?
That's a great question. Yeah, going back to that, I remember I made sure to watch the like this interview with Damon Lindelof and Tom
Mm.
King, and they're like, yeah, like Hal is dead, but I don't know, like they're saying that, and they're like, we really wanted to commit with being a surprise, and you know how risky it is for us because we love the Hal character to kill him off. I'm like,
In his first appearance.
what are you doing here? Because it just seems weird to me. Like 10 years from 2016 to 2026, was John just still a trainee for 10 years?
Yeah, and like, is this the fact that this investigation is still ongoing for a
Still
decade?
ongoing for a decade, and like, where's John? Where's Hal's ring at? Like, did somebody take his ring? Did the ring not go straight to John? Does John have the ring on him right now? Um,
Well, I think like the fact that they checked Hal's hand and the fact that the ring wasn't there suggests I don't think anybody has a ring right now.
Weird. Guy Gardner has it. Um,
Holy,
but yeah, so that's very, very, very interesting.
that
So again, what?
that would be a very interesting. crazy conundrum twist. Like, Guy Gardner has the ring. It's just like it's only answering to him. Oh shit.
Like, oh shit, fucking Nathan Fillion's garbage ass haircut. Um, but yeah, next episode we're gonna get some John backstory. We're gonna meet Laura Linney, who is part of the Guardians. So yeah,
Hey.
what's up, Draven? Hey, I'm just coming in. I'm with everyone else thinking the group looking for the Manhunters are. Oh, is that what everybody's thinking? Oh,
Oh.
oh,
Hey, Draven, could you
yeah.
refresh our the color meaning of the different lanterns, please?
We were just asking about this like 20 minutes ago. We were like, Draven knows the colors, but like red lanterns are like the crazy angry people, right? Those are the angry lanterns, the emotional motherfuckers. Is that what you told us?
I think so. I think they're like fueled by rage.
Fueled by rage, like
Based on
being
this chart, I'm seeing like orange is greed, yellow is fear, violet is love, indigo compassion, blue is hope, green willpower, white life, and black is death. And they all have like different creeds.
So wait, can you pull up Draven's comment again? He said red lanterns what?
Uh,
The group looking for the manhunters. Oh, so that the people like Anton and the guys that interrogated John are they're saying those are red lanterns.
yeah.
I didn't know that was a theory. That could be the case, sure. Because he did know a lot of
Thanks,
lanterns. Yep, you got them. Okay, thank you, Draven. Good to know that the internet is still paying dividends.
Right. For sure.
Yeah, we were going to leave the discussion. Was there anything you wanted to say, Draven? Leave a comment about lanterns. We liked episode 2 a lot. We thought it was fun. Is there anything? Is there anybody you suspect to be the Manhunter? Now that we know it's just one person, Draven, or anybody watching? Anybody watching? Leave your theories in the comment or the live chat. We really want to see what y'all think. Who is the Lantern? Is it Zoe? Is it Will? Is it simply the benefactor? Is it the sheriff? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. But I think that's about it for our lanterns discussion. And now we have 2,000 Q&A comments that we're going to go through right now.
24-hour stream.
Let's do it. So right now we're going to go into a lot of Marvel updates and rumors according to Alex Perez from Cosmic Circus, who I didn't know is a big Kingdom Hearts fan. He was giving off some Kingdom Hearts information last week at D23. He was the one to reveal him and Daniel RPK, the cougar that John. Yeah, that's Zoe Macon. I don't think it's her. Is it weird for her? Just she said she loved Will. She said she like it was a great comment because she's like Will could have just hooked up with any blonde girl from Texas, but he chose me and I like him. And John's like, why do you stay with him? She's like, oh, because I love him. Like she said it so like matter of factly.
Yeah.
That is a relationship that is very, very intriguing, very interesting. But I just don't think it's her. Everybody says it's her just because she has a mysterious vibe. That means that's called in the Scream universe, we call that a red herring. It's too obvious. It won't happen. Like her and Will are the red herrings.
Now
they're not it.
When we uncover who the killer is, are they going to act like psychos, like as if this is how they actually are, and they've just been acting the entire time?
Yeah,
it's my favorite part of Scream.
Once he pulls away, it's like, yeah, I hate you. It's like, whoa, where the fuck? Where did this come from?
Got a special plan just for you.
Yeah, like Scream 6 is the most hilarious one because the motherfucker's like a sheriff or a police officer.
Oh god, you still haven't seen 7.
Yeah. Oh no.
For commentary, I want you to save it for. I want to see your live reaction.
That could be our Halloween commentary, Scream 7, just to torture me.
Oh yeah.
Is everyone in town? That's why no one. That's what I mentioned that too. Like, is everyone in town an alien, and that's why nobody goes to the hospital?
That could be. Stuff was still packed. It's like this ain't real.
Yeah, why is that shit gift wrapped and shit?
I mean, it is suspicious as hell that like Hal's like the only one signed in on the papers. Like this is wrong.
Even if there's 1,000 people in this town, super small. Even if there's 500, the odds
are
healthcare
in America.
The odds are, yeah, you'll get like at least 10%. Like you'll get like 10, 20 people in there at a time. That's correct. This is better than secret.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm liking the show a lot. This is good TV, good Sunday night television. Thank you, HBO. So we'll see. I wonder what I think we don't know what next for DC HBO shows, right? They keep canceling shit. You never
Well,
know.
they just announced the People versus Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah. I forgot about that. That is happening now. That was announced like a couple like last week or something like that. The Jimmy
Yeah,
Olsen
originally
show is
rumored. Yeah.
yeah is now confirmed. The People versus Gorilla God Grodd, which is going to include other DC antagonists along the way, but Jimmy Olsen's going to be like our guy.
Will
Our in.
this will this tee up Flash?
I hope so. I mean, I love the Flash character. I'm waiting to see what the Flash is like in the DC movie universe.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, we get the Flash before we get the fucking Deathstroke and what was that movie? It was like Deathstroke and somebody else team up. Um, remember it was like Deathstroke is teaming up with somebody. It's like Bane. Is Deathstroke and Bane? Something like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, something like that.
It was a weird team up movie that was in development. I'm like, don't do this, don't do that. Anyways, we're now diving into MCU bullshit from Alex Perez, who once again I said is a Kingdom Hearts fan, so he's a cool guy in my book.
Hey.
Nathan, take us away. Take her
Uh,
away.
yeah, Dre, I think they're gonna like pivot to like a whole new characterization because we've had Barry for the last like decade plus of adaptation.
Maybe they cast Grant Gustin as well.
Yeah, you know, that'd be fun if he was Jay. Hey, anyway, yeah. So from Alex and his Q and A's, starting off, he has them sectioned off based on different projects. Here we got Avengers Doomsday. Person asked, "Do you know why Monica Rambeau hasn't been announced in anything for Doomsday and may not be in it, even though the Marvel's post-credit scene sets her up to be important?" Alex says, "There's no specific reason outside the possibility of wanting to keep some characters secret, and you'd think that even with all the plot leaks and everything people keep talking about, the cat's out of the bag. But the truth of the matter is there is a lot that isn't really out there yet for Avengers Doomsday regarding specific details, characters, or motivations. There are still some characters that are surprises for Doomsday, mainly around the third act." But to refocus your question on Monica, even if she doesn't appear in Doomsday, the fact remains that she is one of a handful of people who can actually close a multiversal rift. This is a very useful skill going forward for the incoming incursions. There's a lot here. The specific details I have heard about what her character was focused on were interactions with Lashana Lynch's Maria Rambeau / binary variant from the X-Men universe and her quantum bands. If I had to take an educated guess based on the info I have heard, it would be that Monica and Maria are out and about together on a separate story while the events of Doomsday transpire, but I am confident that we'll see both Tiana Paris and Lashana Lynch return for one, if not both, Avengers outings.
Yeah, it seems that's a very long answer.
Yeah.
It seems like their roles have gotten. If I had to guess, they have short roles in both movies. I would be shocked if they have like substantial roles.
Now, to that
Granted,
point,
yeah,
when you look at all these Avengers movies and you plug in the characters' run times, they vary drastically. Like you look at Tony's runtime in Endgame, it's 30 minutes of screen time, which is substantial throughout. It's all a
yes,
matter of sprinkling it out and how it's used.
exactly. But if we're looking at 30 minutes for Tony, we'll get 3 minutes with Lashana Lynch and like 4 minutes with Monica Rambeau's actress. I forget her name.
I'll give it 6.
6, probably. I mean, 6 is a lot. But like I just don't know. Yeah, like as you mentioned, yeah, they're useful, but like
Yeah.
the reason people aren't asking questions about them, the reason because people didn't watch the Marvels, hence less people are actually interested in asking Alex this question.
Yeah.
Secondly, it's like in terms of like their relevance to this, like how many times have we seen preparations for Doomsday that don't include the Marvel? That is straight from Disney. Like,
So that list,
like
I'll buy.
but it's straight from Disney.
Yeah, but like also, is it just surface level? Like, hey, here's some stuff, but because there's like some properties, like
But
some
those
first-party
lists,
X-Men that are in other things that are not in the list.
sure, but I think one of the lists mentioned like X2 because you get Nightcrawler,
Yeah,
Mystique,
just X-Men
Magneto,
X2.
like all those characters that are in this movie are in X2. Like
Sure.
Shang-Chi in this movie in the list. So like
Yeah.
I just don't think that because of that, if Lashana Lynch and whatever, if Monica Rambeau and them are in this movie, they're gonna have like very, very minuscule roles because nobody watched the Marvels and they don't want people to do the homework thing.
To the point, Alex also commented on that list and was like, "That's not
accurate."
yeah.
But still, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm not taking the list as like the Bible. Like, oh, that means
Sure.
this, this, this. But just like in terms of like relevance to the plot, I don't care if they have utility for closing a riff. It's like they're probably not the only ones who can
Mhm.
do that. Um, so
Sure.
yeah, Doomsday can probably do the same thing. Hence Doomsday. So,
Yeah.
anyways, um,
Moving to the next thing. Now this is why I love Alex, because he is such a man of like, I will give you info without actually spoiling things, which I think is really
mm,
person asks, can you name any characters in Doomsday that were not named in the chair reveal? And Alex says, there's a couple that still haven't been mentioned. A lot of them have already been revealed by scoopers and leaks, so they're out there already. But if I had to give you a couple of names that I haven't seen out there, there's a couple of Asgardians that are planning to answer Thor's call to arms, some of which we haven't seen since Thor Ragnarok and are very, very close with Thor. And I just think that's really neat. I was thinking about this.
who?
Specifically haven't seen since Ragnarok.
These are
Um,
no name characters, right? Is it the Rock guy, Taika Waititi?
no, because we've seen them since Love and Thunder, so that's like
Okay.
way after, like
Who
post
the hell is
Endgame.
interesting in Thor Ragnarok besides Hulk, Thor, and Tessa Thompson?
Well, this is what I was wondering too, and like really what this kind of reflects to me is like we saw in back when we had the character teasers for Doomsday during Avatar's release. The
Yeah.
second teaser, Thor, he was specifically praying to his father Odin, who we also have not seen since Ragnarok. So I wonder if Odin's going to play some part of like answering the prayer of communication or something. Because he's talked to Thor beyond
Come
the
on,
grave in
Nathan.
Ragnarok
Come
as
on.
well. It's possible. Why? What the fuck? Why are you against that?
Anthony Hopkins is like 92 years old.
And he'll do it. He's done it
Woody,
already.
Woody, that's Cap. That's Cap. He
He
wouldn't
did the
do it.
last night. Don't tell me it's fucking Cap. He did Transformers 5.
But that
Tell
was
me it's
fun. You
Cap.
get to say like buddy, and you get to get flung in midair.
Yeah, but there's like a gravitas to the Odin performance.
Are you saying this because we just watched Thor that you think like there's a possibility?
No, I was genuinely like, I just did the fucking math in front of you where I was like, okay, I haven't seen
Did you do
since
the math of his
Ragnarok.
age? Did you do that math?
Okay, fucking, you tell me right now. You look me in the eye. You tell me how old Patrick Stewart is. You tell me how
That's true.
old Sir Ian
But they're not
McKellen
doing
is.
shit in that movie. They're gonna be in a chair and pointing at the green screens.
Okay, and Odin is already dead, and he's just gonna be standing around. He's like, it's basically ancestral plane shit. Tell me what the fuck.
But if you're going that route, like in terms of like like a quick high and by kind
Yeah,
of thing, like
just like like words of wisdom, encouragement, what would have you,
okay,
or maybe like some level of bestowed power. Who's to say?
the Odin Force.
Mm.
Yeah, okay, fine. If we get to see Anthony in like some in a closet doing ADR voiceovers,
All right.
words of support, that kind of thing, or you gotta
You could dress him
physically
up
see him?
regal for a day.
That's a
Literally,
lot.
day sure they got it, but like he's so good, like he could do it.
I'm buzzing your
You
balls.
laugh, but this shit happens.
It
Like,
could easily happen. It could easily. Marvel loves their like come in for a day, get a paycheck, bounce kind of bullshit.
right?
Um, but it's funny that you mentioned Thor Ragnarok because like I like Thor Ragnarok, but like I don't know any of the supporting cast that could show up that's kind of interesting for Doomsday.
Yeah.
Like Tessa Thompson, Loki, Thor, Hulk.
Could
The
we see to that point? Could we see characters who have been killed off brought back just based on the timeline mess
multiverse thing.
arounds?
I don't know. The multiverse is so interesting. Like, is there like other versions of Thor that we could see? How does
Mm,
the multiverse connect to like the 9 realms? Does each multiverse have their own 9 realms?
probably, yeah. Just yeah. There's all different universes and planetary systems.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I can't think of anybody else. But yeah, Anthony Hopkins is one that stands out. Hella, I guess. We haven't seen her since Ragnarok.
True that she's dead, but yeah.
So is yeah. So
But again, so is Odin. But like, there's
they
it's
bringing
back
back.
in it.
Are they
There's
bringing back
Valhalla and shit.
Heimdall? Oh, Heimdall was in Avengers, Infinity War.
Yeah. But also, like specifically saying like answer the call is like that's standing to fight. So yeah, I really
Yeah,
don't know.
his daughter.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, we know she's in there. Love.
She is, yes. Moving forward, person asks, will the leader's message to Sam about the others protecting their own universes even be alluded to in Doomsday?
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What a pull. What a pull. What a 2025 pull.
Right. Last year. Alex says, yes. To my understanding, the leader saw the probabilities about the end of the world, and that's what he was telling Captain America about in the post-credit scene of Brave New World.
Well, you said Alex answered yes to what was the question again?
Will the leader's message to Sam about the others protecting their own universes be alluded to in Doomsday?
No,
So I guess
yeah,
basically
that's like the plot of Doomsday. They're all protecting their own universe.
Yeah,
So,
which I
basically,
don't even think I picked up on like people were protecting their universe. He was just like, they're coming. I'm like, who's they?
Oh yeah, that's kind of what I assumed too.
But
yeah.
I guess that's just to say like, yeah, incursions are coming. Which
yeah,
so
different. Yes, the syntax different. Like they're all basically saying the same thing. Yeah. That's what made the post credit scene so wild. Remember, we had a whole podcast about that. We're like, just do the movie about him being a leader. You don't have to tee up Doomsday in his movie, anyways.
Yeah,
because of probabilities.
Very true. Person asks, can you assure that Sam's role is bigger than it appears from the marketing?
And let me guess, he's going to say yes.
Well, okay, let me detail
it. Sorry.
Alex says Captain America will have a sizable role in Avengers Doomsday, and from what I heard, there will be a nice little scene for Sam that puts to rest any doubt that who owns the shield or who is Captain America is in this movie.
Of course they are. You're going to have Steve show up, be like, oh, he's like, hey, Cap. He's like, oh, I'm not Cap anymore. You're Cap. They're going to make it less, 90s, whatever. They're going to make it less soap opera, but we're like, don't call me Cap. My name is Steve. You're Cap now. People can be like, I told you guys he's Cap. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's just going to, there'll be like an opportunity presented to itself for, Sam to step up in a leader role in the moment. And he's just going to take it. And we're just going to see it unfold. Just him naturally being a leader.
So then they cut to Steve. Then we're going to cut to Steve. We're going to cut to Steve.
Well, a little nod.
He's going to be like,
yeah, why not?
That's my guy. That's my motherfucker now. But,
maybe just have him just watching or just like maybe like a little nod.
They're gonna cut. They're gonna 1000% cut to Steve whenever something like that happens.
And you know what? Evan?
You're gonna cheer. You're gonna cry. You'll be a little bitch about it.
Yeah, and I'll see you 10 times.
What did Draven say? I had like comment for like 2 seconds.
He said, "Remember how they killed the Warriors 3 unceremoniously in Ragnarok?" I was like, "Yep, I remember. We were talking about that the other day."
Yeah, we were watching Thor 1, and yeah. Oh, that was funny. I didn't even know they were called the Warriors 3 until I saw Ragnarok and people were talking about that.
Yeah, Lady Sif and the Warriors 3.
I think it was Lady Sif. The other was like Beyonce and the rest.
Yeah, and that's the only reason they didn't kill off Sif as well is because scheduling they couldn't get her.
Yeah,
Lots lucky. But even in Thor 4, they took her arm. She's alive though.
She's good. Yeah, she's fine. She can get a new one.
Yeah. Person asks, were there originally planned? No, this is not. Let's get that. This is somebody assuming about the movie. Okay. Are the reports of Goblin and Doc Ock in the opening sequence of Doomsday true, or was it scrapped before they got to filming? Didn't hear this.
Didn't hear that.
Interesting. Alex says, I can confirm that the intent was to show Spider-Man and his Rogues Gallery fighting off against the X-Men in the opening sequence of the film. However, I don't know if they ever got the chance to bring the villains in for the sequence and just left it to Peter 2 alone, talking about Toby. Because the thing is, if Toby is busy entertaining Deadpool and Wolverine, who are the X-Men fighting?
Oh, no.
Fun time. Why are you upset about crossover movies doing crossover?
I like Spider-Man fighting the X-Men. I don't like Spider-Man fighting Deadpool and Wolverine.
I don't think I think they're probably just going to be grouped.
We finally get to have Spider-Man, and it's going to be cut off by Deadpool humor. Just have Toby box Cyclops or the other. That's fun. I don't want to see him be like, "Hey, that's Tobey Maguire. Where's Peter 3 at, Toby?" That's what we're going to see. But
and we'll laugh.
What was I going to say? Yeah, Spider-Man fighting his Rogues Gallery and then fighting the X-Men seems like a lot. Why do we need to see Green Goblin and Doc Ock again? We just saw them 4 years ago. We're good.
You're absolutely right.
Just
Yeah.
show us Tobey Maguire. So I doubt that was ever. I doubt they even filmed that. That was probably just like a rumor.
I don't even
But
think
like,
that would physically make sense because of
it
it's
doesn't.
older Toby. So
Yeah, like older Toby
makes
fighting a
sense.
Green Goblin.
Maybe more so like the idea would be like seeing Toby fight unadapted Rose Gallery. Like maybe they do the whole like Vulture thing that was scrapped Spider-Man 4 or Mysterio, things like that.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Bring back Bruce Campbell for a sequence.
Yeah, there you go. Person asks, does Tobey Maguire survive Doomsday and Secret Wars? Alex says that's a question best served for another time, but I can confirm from sources he's in both movies.
What do you, Miles Kanata? That's for another time.
Well, I think he just doesn't want to confirm the fate, but he will be a part of both films.
Didn't we talk about this offhand in one stream? I forget what we were talking about. I think I was bullshitting around like you think he will survive because people in the audience in Spider-Man No Way Home were like, oh no, Toby died. But like,
well, yeah, I don't think they would kill him off regardless. But I think also at the same time, I think we've discussed the idea of like we're gonna have another Spider-Verse team up in Secret Wars with all of our Spidey guys again.
Yeah, I don't know if Andrew's coming back.
I
wouldn't be surprised by it. It's Secret Wars.
I would be shocked if they didn't get him.
Yeah, it's Secret Wars. They want to, Peter 2 and 3. I missed you guys. Also, I have a black suit now.
Your writing is impeccable.
Thank you. Yeah, Kevin Feige hired me. I won't bullshit the bullshit.
There's a great clip of John Bernthal at the Comic-Con panel, and he's on He's like, "What's up, Feige?" Like very like aggressive, and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Feige's like, "Hold up now, bro."
It's a really great clip.
But yeah, you're right. Yeah, I would expect to see all three of them in Secret Wars. Secret Wars, Feige can be like, "How much money do we have? Put everybody in this bitch."
Yeah. Moving on to our topic of Secret Wars, a person asked, have you heard anything about what Marvel plans to do with Doctor Doom post Secret Wars? And Alex,
Doom Secret Wars. Okay,
yeah. And Alex says the same thing they do with all villains who play a huge role like this: lock them up in a vault somewhere, never to be mentioned or brought up again. He prefaces as a joke, but he says, "No, honestly, I don't know, but I do hope we see him again in the Fantastic Four sequel."
I don't. Again, I'm sorry to bust you with balls. I want an organic Doctor. No, okay, never mind. I'm going back. I'm going backwards because, this Doctor Doom obviously has the connection. This is Doctor Doom that has a connection to Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that's the last trailer we got confirmed.
Because most of my thing was like when they first got announced, I was like, okay, they're just doing Robert Downey, Doctor Doom. Yeah. He's gonna have no relation to our Fantastic Four. But now we know that those two are one and the same. They are connected. But I want a proper Doctor Doom story. But I guess that's just not going to happen. In our run of F4 movies, I doubt we're going to have a singular Fantastic Four 3, The Revenge of Doctor Doom. I just don't know if that's going to happen because it's always going to feel like too soon. Because the Avengers movies is so massive in our mindset, in our brains. Yeah. You can do Fantastic Four in 2030 with the return of Doctor Doom, but it would still feel too soon. Well, 2030 is right around the corner. But what I mean? They can do it 10 years from now, and it'll still feel too soon. So I just don't know. I think he's dead. I think he's dying in Secret Wars, in my opinion.
For sure. I would make the argument, in fairness. I know we'll be closing out the multiverse saga, but I will preface that I think post all this in the multiverse saga itself, I think we will still get your occasional project that will touch on multiversal things, but it's not going to be the overarching. Every project is going to have their hand.
Yes.
And the Fantastic Four has a big part of that. So per some cosmic antics, they may run into another variant, different actor, Doctor Doom, that may become their new mainstay that they go against.
Well, you're right. What am I thinking? You're right. Because, Secret Wars is going to change everything. So, yeah. So, you can kill off Tony's Doom. And which I think, by the way, he's dead. Same thing as for Thanos is disintegrated into nothingness.
This is gonna be it for Robert for sure.
I think this is it for exactly. So I think this is it for Robert. I don't think we're gonna see him again as Doom. But you're right, with the inclusion of Secret Wars ushering in new timelines, new everything into our reboot, we will get the return of Doctor Doom, but Doctor Doom proper. He's gonna be a proper, Latverian actor. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a proper Doctor Doom.
I'm just thinking about this on the fly. I want to ask you this question. Like, okay, say we get like a new universe, things are reset, right? Whole new. You could have like returning actors, whole new actors in different roles.
Pokemon and the MCU. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Do you think there could be a possibility similar to what we saw in, I think, Star Trek Beyond, um, where a person who knew a previous iteration of somebody
Is still alive.
has like a, say, like a photograph of somebody from like that iteration, that era? Because I think like older Spock gifted young Spock like a picture of the crew of like the classic Star Trek. I know that's like to presume that they were going to age into that, but I wonder if, like, do you think that's possible to like carry over the fragments of a past timeline that no longer exist?
That's interesting. I'm gonna say no for now. I'm gonna say no for now. Um, but I am so curious to see how this. Um, that's the thing. I was Draven. You are reading my mind because Draven asked, "Do you know how?
Yeah.
How do you think the new X-Men will Super Secret Wars?" Because there are reports now that like
Yeah.
Indy, Navarrete, we already knew that. Uh, Sadie Sink
Yes.
is going to be in Secret Wars. Or not new, but like that one random Hollywood
Before,
reporter.
even before Brand
Yeah,
New Day, it was like Tom Holland and Sadie Sink will return in Secret Wars, and it's like, out of context, we were like, "What the fuck?
yeah,
Why?" But now we know their found friendship by the end of this movie makes a lot of sense.
makes a lot of sense. But yeah, and even that is like so mysterious. It's like pre-Secret Wars. Is there a Professor X's mansion, or is that only constructed post-Secret Wars? Like,
Maybe probably post, or at least
like
maybe it's just is a homestead now, but then after it could be converted to a school.
yeah, we still don't know. It's like how like are there already tons of other mutants besides G and Damn just haven't been revealed yet?
Mm-hmm.
Because we also have to get into like the whole mutants are bad storyline, obviously, but like, which could be jump started by Jean nearly killing half of New York. But like that stigma against mutants could be more easily prevalent when there's like tons of mutants and the society just knows about them, which I think could be a thing post Secret Wars with the new influx of people.
I think we had also discussed, like,
Yeah,
I don't think we have a casting for Magneto yet, but I think we had discussed like how do you keep the integrated characterization of the Holocaust experience with Magneto, but like still maintain that like he's not super ancient. It could be a thing where like maybe there is a Magneto that lived through that events and didn't like have any like greater involvement to X-Men adventures and whatnot, but post the fixed timeline of Secret Wars, maybe just a version of Magneto that, born from then, was taken from a earlier time and just like auto filtered to our modern day. So it creates that functionality narrative to jump the time to where he is in our present, but still lived in that integrated past that's part of his characterization.
exactly. And I want to go back to the discussion we had in regards to like the aging up of certain people, like Black Panther.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
he is still known as T'Challa's son from the end of Wakanda Forever. But if he is aged up, I don't know where we fell on this, but like, is he going to have past memories of like ages 6 to 22? Like, is he going to have memories of like him growing up? Or is he going to be like a little kid in a big boy's body? I don't know how it's going to work.
I wonder if they'll
Like,
pull a like a situation of like X-Men 97 with what they did with Cable. Just like, Nathan was taken as a child and then came back, and not to like that long of a time where he's an old man, but like maybe some of these characters get displaced from our group and then they come back older, having lived in whatever place they were taken to, a little older, a little wiser. Now they're these set versions. Like
exactly. I don't know. Part of me also thinks it could just be simple as like, at the end of Brand New Day where it's like boom from Jean Grey.
Sure.
It could just be a thing of like, whoa. And then it's
just like an auto like snap into place.
Yes. Yeah. And then cut to black and then it's like a year has passed and we have to get used to this new reality. Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot simpler than we think. Because again, this Secret War is gonna be one of the highest grossing movies ever.
Yeah.
And people are gonna be like, the everyday person has to understand it. So it's going to be, how does the average Joe understand what happened? Oh, well, cut to black, new timeline. Here we go. In subsequent movies like 2028 X-Men will explain it better than like what Secret Wars can possibly explain.
Yeah. And granted, like we're cursed with knowledge, so like we already knew like every inner workings of like how going
Like,
into Infinity War, right? But like you watch Infinity War and you hop to somebody like, hey, we're gonna hang out with the Guardians. If you've never seen them before, oh look, they're vibing, they're making jokes, they're listening to music. We know how they are. It's like, oh, we're in Wakanda. I've never met T'Challa. Okay, he's this king. He's working, with all the Wakandans here. Like it functions like they reintroduce you. Like here they are, but they're not giving you like a set word. It's just like, hey, live in it. This is what it is. That's cool. If you haven't seen it, check out the other stuff. If you have seen it, you have greater appreciation.
exactly. And going back to Draven's comment, like how do they fit into Secret Wars, the new X-Men specifically? They could easily just be post-credit scenes, by the way. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like, because again, Secret Wars is the only movie coming up before new X-Men. So like we could just see the post-credit scene be Rogue, Jean Grey, and them just in the mansion. That could just be it.
Yeah, I kind of just like theorized anyway, like whether it's post-credit scene or just like the second to last clip of the actual movie. Just like, here's the new timeline. We saved the day. The universe is saved. This is how it is now. Look at these new people. Can't wait to see their next adventure.
Like it could be as simple as that. I doubt they're going to be fighting Doom. Like I have, I 100%. Yeah, I 100% doubt that actually, because like it'll dismiss the X-Men that they just got for these movies, the older people from 2000s. So
it's like it very well could be like a situation of just like if you had heard like, hey, Jacob Batalon has been cast in Infinity War and Endgame, and it's like, oh, is Ned going to be a part of the narrative? Not at all. He's before Peter jumps in the fight, and he's after Peter gets back from dusting.
Perfect, exactly. So
there we go.
Yeah. But by the way, so we heard reports about Indy and Jada, and I keep saying Jada, Indy and Jean. So do we think the whole X-Men that we just got announced at D23 are going to be in this movie?
Maybe it depends on where everybody is, and if like are some of the team formed, are they're not going to be formed until their actual movie? I think it remains to be seen. It could also be like a factor of like, hey, we've been following this Cyclops and this Beast during the events of Doomsday. Now here's a new universe. People, brighter days, greater days ahead, different faces, new outlooks, whatever the writing of the narration would be. And then it's like, oh, look at them now. It's these people.
And I don't know if this is one of those questions or not, but I'm still curious about the whole Storm of it all. Like, is Storm going to be in X-Men as they pronounced her in D23 and Black Panther 3? Or are we just shooting too far ahead, thinking she's just going to be in Black Panther 3, where she doesn't have to appear in that movie at all. So I am curious to how they use Storm in 2028.
Absolutely. This question kind of going off of the idea that we're going to be entering Battle World, and people of different mindsets by the end of Doomsday going to Secret Wars. Person asks, is the Resistance team for Secret Wars going to have characters who were absent from Doomsday, like Tom Holland, Spider-Man, Vision, Star-Lord, Hulk, Wong, etc.? And Alex says, partially yes. There's sort of a hierarchy for the Resistance Avengers. There's the leaders, other established figures. There's the newbies, which are the younger heroes, and there's the never-before-seen characters. There's 3 at the moment. This group of allies is going to be divided into smaller groups chasing different stories, sort of how the Avengers divided themselves in Endgame and went to different places to look for the stones.
Interesting. It's a bit ballsy to make Secret Wars about like unknown and new characters in Secret Wars with people we don't know before. Because what made Endgame so compelling was that like, oh, we're following Steve. Oh, we're following Thor. Oh, we're following Iron Man. Like those are our goats. Like we're following each one of the OG cast, which made the side stories equally compelling.
Well, if I were to guess, it's probably gonna be like, here's a new character plugged in with 4 originals that you know.
Okay, yeah,
and it'll be like a sprinkle. Like here's a new piece, and
because we still haven't talked about the whole like Young Avengers group. But like, is that going to be a group that we see in Secret Wars?
I think that may be one of the questions coming up, but I could definitely see like the idea of like them going on different journeys, like especially if it's the layout of Battle World, be like, we'll go like, here's Spider Island, here's the Hulk village, like different things like that.
How much money are these movies going to cost? Jesus Christ!
As much as they usually do, I guess.
$1 billion in marketing.
Yeah, probably. And they'll make it back. That's fun.
A billion opening weekend.
Yeah. Person asks, will the Russos keep Savage Hulk for Secret Wars, and will Eric Bana return in Secret Wars? Alex says, do you guys remember the Hulk we saw during Thor Ragnarok? That's the Hulk you're going to get. I haven't heard anything about Eric Bana. I like this idea because that means we're going to get more like characterization of Hulk, like his developing mind, like as an individual entity, not Smart Hulk, but like Hulk himself being a character.
I believe it when I see it. I
Sure.
believe it when I see it. I was like, I'm not super. People overhyped how crazy Hulk went in Brand New Day. There's so many reports about like Gray Hawk and like, oh, it's
Yeah,
like,
that shit I never bought. Like from
what are
day
you
one, I'm like, no,
doing?
he's not. He's
It's just
green,
it's just gonna be Green Hawk going crazy.
and it was.
And it was cool. I
I
liked it.
liked seeing that stepping stone where like Bruce became the Smart Hulk level, but then like brain broke even more, and it was like, oh, it's bigger Hulk. Like, oh shit.
Savage, yeah. So yeah, people miss Savage Hulk, so maybe we get more of that in Secret Wars.
Yeah. Person asks, do you foresee one primary antagonist for Secret Wars, or should we expect plural Masters of Evil instead? Alex says, Doom will be the main antagonist, no doubt in my head, but there will be certain characters who will be sided with him for a large chunk of the film because they are all convinced to serve him until they're freed.
Freed is an interesting choice of words.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to go into the whole manipulation tactic that we talked about, but I don't know. Freed
that sounds manipulative, yeah.
No, but like freed does mean like it means like they're against their will. Manipulated means they're going with their will, even though the will is flawed.
Well, it could be like a situation of like, hey, we're doing this plan. Like, you're gonna have to work in my construct, but then like when I finish like what I'm doing, I could set you up with this. It's like kind of like a Cypher in the Matrix, where he like is talking to the agents, like, oh yeah, we'll put you back in. Everything will be nice. So you just sell out your friends, and then shit happens.
So evil Doctor Strange in Secret Wars kind of thing. Like he's one of the side villains.
Maybe there is concept art that would suggest potentially,
which is why I mentioned it. Yeah. So
yeah.
Spider-Man versus Strange round 2.
Which one?
I said Spider-Man versus Strange round 2 from
that'd be
No Way Home.
That'd be really cool. Or other sorcerer people.
Yeah. Clea back.
Oh, okay. A genuine like Strange versus Wong fight would be really interesting to see.
That would be. I would love that.
Yeah. Okay. What are the odds that Secret Wars gets delayed until 2028, considering they haven't even started filming with that?
0.
Yeah, he's like very, very slim.
They're going to film even though it's weird because they're going to start filming this fall, even though they have all actors get break around Christmas time. So they're going to film for a little bit, go on holiday break, and then start probably run through it all throughout 2027. They'll probably film from January to like May or June, and then they'll have like a year of post to work on it. It'll be fine.
If I were to guess, it will be like you said, that Christmas break. They'll probably film up to that break, and then get the additional photography that they'll need. As will always happen.
Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, and most of them will be doing press in December, so they're gonna have to take a break anyway. It's like half the cast is gonna be doing the people that are in Secret Wars that are also in Doomsday are gonna be doing press all throughout November and December.
Yeah.
So like they're gonna start filming soon, and then take a break until January, and then they can January they could finish filming in like June, July. It could be a 6-month shoot for all we know. Yeah. And even then, it comes out the following December. So like all that visuals, all that post, they'll have a lot of time.
Totally. Any chance we see Moon Knight in Doomsday or Secret Wars? Alex says low, but not impossible.
Impossible.
I know you're fucking day one Moon Knight hater. God damn
it. Day 8, the end of the season didn't work for me that much.
That it might have been penultimate, like where he's like saving each other in the afterlife. That's cool.
The penultimate I liked it, but I said the finale not so much. Where they're like constructs fighting over pyramids. I'm like,
well, they cut away from it. They do like the 2014 Godzilla, where it's like, anyway.
Yeah,
it's a giant crocodile. Is there anything you can tell us about Tom Holland's Spider-Man getting the symbiote in Secret Wars?
Here we go.
Alex says there are concepts of it that exist. Some involve an original take, others involve how it would look like if we used previous movie symbiotes, including the ones from the Venom films and Spider-Man 3. I
It's happening, guys. It's happening. Alex
it's
doesn't know, but it's happening.
I think that's to say like they're like
They're
playing up
thinking
with
about
like
it.
different ways of like how you have it's a new interpretation of the symbiote, so they're pulling ideas of how they can bring it to life.
Yeah, because I don't think as much as we all of us grew up
Oh
with Toby's Venom,
yeah,
I don't think this is going to be exactly like that.
no. He does go on to say that, uh, but I want you to think of it this way. Every time the Russos have directed Tom Holland's Spider Man, he gets a new suit. Civil War, Infinity War, I count Endgame as part of the story for Infinity War.
Oh,
And
really?
now that we're about to see the comic book storyline, the original, anyways, where Peter obtained the symbiote and is the origin of where the iconic cover comes from, y'all think they wouldn't jump at the chance to do it, which I've been saying forever. This is the chance to do the full comic accuracy getting the symbiote.
I think we'll get the symbiote, but are we gonna get a black suit in Secret Wars? Because
Uh,
that's the comic book shot where he's just like, what is it? Like he's like this with the
yeah, he's
black
like,
suit
whoa,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, like whoa,
It's a surprise because
back in black.
I think the idea is like it happens to him mid battle and like he doesn't have time to like figure out what this is, like what's happening. But like, okay, I'm here, it's happening. I feel really good.
Oh, smells like a
Yeah,
new car in here.
all right. It smells like fucking oil in here. Which honestly, that would be like really fun to like see like Toby sees from afar, like, oh shit, but like he can't get to him because the battle is ensuing. I would like that to like
Oh,
inform
you said
him that like
Toby. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like
If
the
it's
idea of that
black, don't touch it.
that would genuinely be like really
That's that's
interesting to
that's
me.
too much on the nose, though. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
Don't do
no.
that.
What I would find interesting is the idea where like Tom gets the symbiote, Toby sees it, knows that's bad, but because of the events that are unfolding, both like not only can he not get to him, but like maybe with like how Secret Wars
And
shifts itself, they're not going to be able to communicate again. So like that just is as that is, and Peter's going to have to figure this out himself. And I'm sure throughout the events of this, he's going to get introduced to Fantastic Four, so he can have Reed study this like in the comics, which I'm really hoping for.
like in Spider-Man 5.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because the mandated MCU character in the Sony movie, get the Fantastic Four, because that's like his second family. Good
Get
stuff.
Johnny. Johnny's a genius in this universe.
Yeah, man. I'd love to see it.
He knows how to use the language website.
Yeah. Person asks, with the rumors of Doom in possession of the Word of God book, is there any realistic chance that we could ever explore a medieval story in the MCU and its ties to Merlin or the Brotherhood of the Shield? Black Knight Project would be a fun place to get into some of that.
Are you ready for that, Mr. Whitman?
Exactly. Alex says, I like where your head is at, but no, closest
No. Yeah.
probably be Secret Wars.
Yeah, I was like, we're headed to that, but that's too much. Like Marvel is not doing a Marvel 1600s. They're not that unique. They're not that crazy.
Yeah.
You guys know MJ is currently Venom. I do not know that. Oh my gosh.
I do know that. The last issue of that is about to come out, and then MJ is no longer going to be Venom.
Oh, good. Good job, MJ. Get out of there.
Yeah, but it seems like everything's...
Is MJ Venom in the Spider-Man comics, or is there a separate series?
Spider-Man comic in the ongoing current Spider-Man run right now.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, person asks, can you please update us on the status of the Scarlet Witch of our 616?
She's dead.
What we can expect for her future that has not been mentioned in the past or detailed. Alex says, the current rumor around Scooper circles places her with an important role in Secret Wars, and that her power is a key element to how Doom's battle world gets made.
Okay, that's fair. That makes sense. Yeah, she's super powerful. But are we gonna have her being bad again? No way. There's no way. We're exhausted. It's like, oh, she's mind controlled bad in Age of Ultron. We finally get her good for a little bit in Civil War, and then she gets emotionally traumatized in Infinity War / Endgame, and then boom, she's bad. It's like, oh my god.
I've heard a lot of different rumors. I've heard rumor that like it'll be a variant Wanda, whether she's bad or good. It would be an older Wanda maybe that lived through the X-Men world, or it'll be our Wanda, or it could be our Wanda fighting a bad Wanda. Shit.
Our Wanda has to come back. Our Wanda has to be like,
yeah. I think
answered.
Wanda specifically will be teed up for Vision Quest because she was like a seed planted in Agatha, and I think that through line will come through in the Vision Quest trilogy.
Yeah, we'll see.
Can you tell us about the role of the Maximoff family in Secret Wars? And Alex says reunite. Alex says reuniting. It's not a one-to-one adaptation of it. Agatha wasn't a part of it, but it's heavily inspired by the Children's Crusade storyline. It's one of the few things that is keeping me very excited about Secret Wars. It is not an exaggeration where I tell you that it is mandatory that you watch WandaVision, Agatha All Along, and eventually Vision Quest for Secret Wars.
That's bullshit.
When you do, pay attention to the details, the concept of magic, runes, how Agatha found Wanda, how Wanda's spell worked, how the spell affected other people, how Billy made the Witch's Road, how Agatha wasn't affected by Wanda, how the limits of the hex work. These are things that I think will be the most important background info to have in mind when trying to understand how exactly some characters will not be behaving the way they're supposed to.
Bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
Is this phase zero or what, Russo? Is this phase zero or what? Like we're now we have to watch TV shows again? I thought we stopped doing that.
We've already.
I thought we stopped doing that. I thought we stopped doing that. Like there's no way that Billy.
We will stop doing that after Secret Wars, but like this is.
But this is
culmination.
Avengers Doomsday is phase zero. There's no more homework. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. That is real. That's a phase zero is a real quote.
I know it's a real quote, but like that man is probably fried from making a whole movie and is about to go do another one. It's fine.
I just made a whole movie of Wanda. I will bet you $20. You have to watch Vision Quest and Agatha all the fucking long to understand Secret Wars. Where we're gonna have that's bullshit.
Yes, I absolutely.
That's bullshit.
That. You know what else you need to watch? Fucking the Raimi trilogy and every.
That makes sense because we're
gonna
see Toby fighting X-Men and fighting robots and witches.
Sure, but the way like he's describing like the use of magic, which is a big part of like Doom's functionality.
But it's not that complicated. You don't have to watch a TV show to understand magic.
I'm not saying you need them to necessarily understand. I'm just saying like it lays the seeds of the functionality of the universe that makes sense of like how the layout of Battle World comes to be and why people are of different mindsets than their original characterization.
They'll explain that in movie.
Sure, they will.
So what you're saying is this is a battle world. Like they're gonna
that. God damn it!
But you know how movies are. They're gonna explain it. There's no way we need to watch fucking WandaVision to understand how magical constructs are created.
Well, their characters are in the fucking movie, so
like there's no way. Like Wanda and Vision, sure. There's no way their kids are in Secret Wars.
Yeah, they are for sure.
You think we get fucking little what's his name? Wiccan? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Wiccan and Speed, yes. Wiccan, Billy and Tommy, yeah, Billy and Tommy.
I think you'll get you saw the fucking concept art. This is Young Avengers.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that.
Oh, okay. Just start pulling fucking screenshots of the art. Yeah. And Dancing Dangerous is here.
The Russo said that was fake though.
Oh yeah.
Remember that Black Panther had our boy Snowfall. He was in that concept art.
Right.
That's tragic.
All right. To the topic of Black Panther, a person asks, will Marvel go the route with T'Challa II and Shuri sharing the mantle like they were originally playing for Wakanda Forever? And Alex says, I can't comment on that because it's too early, but my personal opinion, I don't think Shuri wants to be the Black Panther anymore.
Yeah, it's too early. Otherwise, Ryan hasn't finished the fucking script yet. It comes out in 2028. But maybe, but I keep forgetting what year it is. 2026. Because yeah, when we were talking about it last time, I mentioned how they're going to have time to. I forgot that Secret Wars is next year.
Yeah,
I was thinking it's the year after next year for some reason. I don't know. I'm stupid. So I don't know if they finish the middle of next year. Would they only have like 4 to 5 months of post production? How long is the average Avengers production? Is it 4 months, 5 months, 3 months? Anyways, going back to this question, it was funny when you first started talking about it. They were like, "Are they going to do the whole Shuri and Black?" I was like, "Whoa, what storyline are we getting into?" But yeah, I don't know how they'll handle it, but I am curious to see how they do it because I think going off Wakanda Forever, they want to keep Ryan Coogler would want to keep that in line. She doesn't want to be the leader, and we'll see where her headspace is in Doomsday. because he's obviously the one greeting the new arrivals,
Yeah,
but he's not like the Black Panther. The Black Panther, I mean, like the leader of Wakanda was M'Baku, right?
M'Baku now is the king of Wakanda.
He's the new king, or she's the Black Panther. So yeah, I think it will stick like that for now. But
Yeah,
and I think it'll be a very heartwarming story to see T'Challa II assume that role, and
yeah,
that's what makes it so interesting. Like, are we going to get a dual storyline in Black Panther 3, or is she going to take a more Black Panther 1 approach, where she's just like, you can do it, T'Challa, and then she's just like rooting him on, or is it going to be like two co-protagonists? Because Black Panther 1, she wasn't really a co-protagonist; she was just like your average supporting character. So
sure,
I'll see how they do it.
absolutely.
Good question.
We now move on to the topic of Ghost Rider.
Sean Levy.
Yeah, person asks, will Ghost Rider officially with Ghost Rider officially being announced? Have you heard any early ideas of what the story might be like? Alex says it's really early for any details on the plot. I've only heard two things: expect Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto, and that he'll be established by the time we get to his movie, i.e., he's been at this Ghost Rider stint for a hot minute.
Makes sense. We haven't seen like a straight up origin since like the Phase 3 movies, right? Am I wrong there?
Shang-Chi.
Right. Shang-Chi was a straight up origin. Yeah, you're right.
Eternals.
Eternals, they were already Eternals, right? We didn't see them, like they just came to Earth.
Sure, but I mean, we went thousands of years ago.
True.
And then that might be it.
Yeah, but yeah, I think him starting off as Ghost Rider makes sense. No need to see, and then flashback. They'll have a flashback to him, the car accident thing.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting. Is car accident Robbie or
Robbie?
Johnny? Car accident is Robbie. Johnny is like the one with the circus. Is that how it happened?
he's like a daredevil.
Yeah,
evil Knievel type stuff.
Yeah. There's always a crash, but
Flying Grayson's baby.
Man, I was watching La La Land again. Man, I'm like, Ryan Gosling is one of the goats. He is so fucking good.
Totally. Person asks, what villains can we expect in Ghost Rider? And he says, Mephisto is definitely at the top of that list. However, if Marvel still wants to maintain parts of their original plans for their supernatural storylines, I could totally see Lilith and Blackheart being involved here, and it would also give the chance for Mia Goth to debut in the MCU finally. I guess she was potentially in talks for one of those characters.
Mia Goth was in talks as one of those characters in the Blade movie. That was her rumored role in Blade. Yeah, bring her back. Ryan Gosling versus that'd be weird though, because she's a villain in Starfighter. So it's like, yeah, right. Like she's one of the villains along with Matt Smith, right, or something along those lines. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure she's in Starfighter. Am I making that up?
I think she is.
So like
Carrie Condon in Starfighter.
Carrie Condon, is she?
Isn't she the mom character of the kid?
That's Amy Adams.
Amy Adams is in Starfighter?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Really?
She's the mom who gives her kid away apparently to Kate.
Not Carrie Condon?
No, it's Amy Adams.
What?
I'm
News to me. Give me a trailer, damn it.
I can't wait. Did you see that little snippet that was at D23?
Yeah, that was good.
But yeah, I think Amy Adams gives her kid to Cade, and the race to Rey Skywalker. No, I'm kidding. That'd be amazing. But like, what were we talking about? Ghost Rider. But yeah, Mia Goth, I think, is one of the villains, because I think Matt Smith is like the antagonist, but like Mia Goth could be like a general or something like that. I don't know, but like, it'll be weird to have her back to back. But yeah, they did court her for one of the Blade adaptations, so it'll be cool to bring her back.
Totally. Shang-Chi stuff. I'm wondering if you have any updates on Shang-Chi 2 following Daniel Cretton's work on Brand New Day, particularly if they are still doing the Agents of Atlas storyline you theorized about, or if that's changed. Alex says, I really haven't heard anything new since then, but I don't expect them to change anything because Destin really wants to explore a lot of those heroes and their stories.
Does he? If we ever get a Shang-Chi 2, I don't know if he's going to stuff it with Agents of Atlas characters. Who are these people again?
Jimmy Woo
PS characters
is the leader of the Agents of Atlas, who we saw in WandaVision and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Pass.
I like him.
He's too comedic.
No, not in the Marvel universe.
But he's like a person that I just don't take seriously. And Shang-Chi had like a good Iron Man 1 kind of tone, where Iron Man 1 it was mostly just like it's comedic, but it's not like overtly comedic. Like Shang-Chi got serious more so than got jokey, which is why I like it a lot. I just don't think but Jimmy can surprise me. Maybe Jimmy can like adapt to the tone. But I trust Destin. But like I don't even know if Destin's going to be in it or directing it. He's doing fucking Naruto. And you cast Charles Melton as Kakashi? If that's true, fuck out of here.
Oh shit!
I love you, Charles Melton, but you don't look like Kakashi.
I'm trying to remember who's Charles Melton.
The guy from Beef, from the movie with Natalie Portman. He played like her husband. Look up Charles Melton real quick. Like, okay. But like they want him to play Kakashi Sensei, who was the main Sensei character in Naruto. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't want that. I don't want that.
I mean, put a mask on him, I guess, but
I don't know. I grew up with Kakashi for 20 fucking 5 years now. I don't want this movie.
Do you trust your king?
I do, kind of. I need to see what his story is going to be. Mm-hmm. My idea is that he's just going to do the first arc, but like
okay, the Bleed Village stuff.
And Kakashi is important, very very important to that arc.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Anyways.
Okay. Continuing on for more. Talking about some Spider-Man stuff and beyond. Person asks. Sorry.
Spider-Man. Okay. Happy now, Spider-Man.
After seeing Brand New Day, I am satisfied that Peter ended the film alive with no symbiote and on the road to recovery. That being said, are the events of No Way Home and Brand New Day still crucial to the plot or certain character arcs for Doomsday and Secret Wars? Alex says yes, No Way Home more so than Brand New Day, but yes.
I mean, yeah, because
just multiversal stuff.
Stuff.
And, probably more Spider-Man coming back.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Person asks, do you personally think that Jean Grey's psionics shockwave could have affected Doctor Strange's memory spell in universe? Master Mist Arts probably never accounted for the possibility that a powerful telepath, this one being Omega level 1, could have affected their Eldritch magic. Also Jean previously shattered a memory spell in the comics in Doctor Strange number 6, and she's set to return in Secret Wars, where memory manipulation is a key plot element, just something to theorize over. And Alex says, I don't think so, as if I had to give his personal opinion. I think the spell really just wiped everyone's memories clean. And his reason for this is he references the beginning of No Way Home when the spell itself is brought up by Doctor Strange to Wong, who Wong doesn't remember the use of this spell. That's the example. Like, yeah, no, it's gone. Like, even just talking about it does not bring the memories back.
Yeah, they're not going to reverse it. Brand New Day put the foot down on it multiple times, in fact. It's just like, yeah. Like, the beauty of the ending is that, like, oh, they did the handshake. It's the start of something new. There's, like, a feeling. But it's not like, oh, I remember all of our history now. Like, no, he just remembers the handshake. No. That's the beauty of it. It's like the new trilogy is going to be restarting that relationship and going to new places. But yeah.
Person asks, is the Brand New Day post-credit scene a good indication that there will be a Life Raft / Resistance team like in Secret Wars comics? Alex says there's a Resistance team, but no word on the Life Rafts. I'm not sure what it's specifically referencing.
I don't remember the Life Rafts concept. It's been a minute since I read Secret Wars. But yeah, that like other Spidey in space. That we all thought that refers to like other Spider-Man, right?
I figured it related to Tom specifically because he's the one being tracked from his Earth from that app. But I don't think it's going to be plugged in until Secret Wars. I think that's specifically the thing because that's when we know Tom is going to be popping up, and the fact that it's in the middle of space. I assume that's in reference that it's going to be Battle World. whenever that comes
But
to
like
fruition.
Tom's on Earth. We cut to the post-credit scene. Tom's just
Yeah.
out of Earth now.
Yeah, he's randomly gone, and we can't track where he is. But then, like, we get a ping. Oh, he's here in the middle of space. Presumably, that's going to be in the battle world of Secret Wars, because that's when Tom's
Doesn't
announced
make
the
sense to
return.
me. Like, why would we skip over an entire? Why would the post-credit scene refer to Secret Wars and not Doomsday?
It could be seen for multiple reasons. It could be like indicator, like a Spider-Man Toby being Doomsday, but then also the Spider-Man will be transported somewhere in Secret Wars as well. It's just, I think it's a very open-ended, like Spider-Man centric post-credit, not a specific.
It's Tobey Maguire Doomsday.
Sure, sure. Man who
I'm
wasn't
right.
in this movie, sure.
I'm right.
I mean, we know that's correct, that he's in it, but sure,
Yeah.
whatever the
And
whatever
that's
fucking quote comes out from the person post the release of the movie is like, oh yes,
yeah.
Somebody
Somebody
one
asked
of my screenings, somebody suggested, like, I don't think they filmed a post credit scene. I think they made that last minute, and I was like, I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Based on the graphics, I'm like, I can make that.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. Yeah.
Person asks, with Tom Holland saying he knows when Miles will be introduced to the MCU, do you believe we may see him in Spider-Man 5? Alex says it is way too early to tell.
Yeah, how would he know about having Spider-Man 5? Nobody has touched this. Nobody has put pen to paper on Spider-Man 5.
Yeah, Alex wouldn't know. I'm sure Tom has an inkling of like where they project the character to go.
Yeah, exactly. I will say it till I go blue in the face. We'll get our reintroduction to Miles in Spider-Man 6.
Yeah,
like I think Peter might be done with Spider-Man after Spider-Man 6, and then he'll be a mentor in Spider-Man 7 to Miles.
Very true. A person was asking, with Peter and Jean's now established friendship, do they plan to build on that friendship or even make Spider-Man ally / friend of the X-Men? Both characters have a history with being clones, so maybe something could happen there. Alex says they will be close friends with the X-Men after that.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I love how you mentioned they have a history of being cloned. Like that's any relevance.
Will we get a clone saga?
Hopefully not.
Well, I mean, they have done a really good job of like taking storylines that people are like, why, and then making it better on the screen.
That's true. That is true. I'm just not a huge clone fan in fiction in general. Sure. But yeah, I would love to see Spider-Man and the X-Men have some more team ups in the future.
Yeah,
Miles. It's funny. Miles has more relationship with like Miss Marvel and Nova and them than Peter does. But yeah,
that's true.
But Peter's always the one hanging out with like a Wolverine in them.
Yeah,
like in terms of like Avengers lineups.
Oh, absolutely. With bringing the day out and being as successful as it is, it's made me hungry for new Spidey projects. It's early, but which new villains could we see debuting in Spidey 5, and returning villains could we see in larger roles? Alex says there's so many ways that story could go. For him personally, he would like them to adapt more of the gang war stuff and having Tombstone, Hammerhead, Silverman, all those.
Gang war stuff. And remember when Mary Day was going to be about the Spider-Man PS4 villain? What's his name? Asian.
Mr. Negative.
Mr. Negative. We all thought Mr. Negative was going to be in Brand New Day, but never ended up happening. But Mr. Negative would be a fun character to finally do in live action.
Yeah. I mean, it's also funny, like, hearing there's rumors where it's like they're looking for a samurai villain, they're looking for a female villain, and it's like within the samurai stuff, and it's like, what is it? Was just like the hand.
It was just the hand. It was just people in the hand who had no lines. Yeah.
Right. Touching on Thunderbolt stuff, a person says, you mentioned in the past how the current plan for Thunderbolts is going through a path of having the new Avengers going against a newly assembled Thunderbolts. Having that in mind, are there any chances the shelved plans for Melina, who went unused in Thunderbolts, could be applied here and therefore have her going against Yelena? Alex says, kind of early to get into specifics, but I don't know if I could see her being a part of the newer Thunderbolts team. Now, again, keep in mind that a lot of this is just ideas being thrown around, so nothing is set in stone.
Who's Melina?
I'm not entirely sure. Oh, the Taskmaster.
Oh, the person gets killed.
Yeah.
They mentioned Thunderbolts fighting the new Avengers in Doomsday?
I don't know if they will be fine. But he did want to
Shang-Chi can
say
box the Thunderbolts alone.
yes. For
Minus
Century.
Sentry.
Yeah, fucking
Cheating ass motherfucker.
sure. He did say, but a while back, a couple of the ideas I heard involved repurposing Taskmaster's tech to make a new Taskmaster, bringing Abomination and Melissa Gold into the fold, and Bullseye being a neat addition too. But again, these are just ideas being thrown around.
We will
Don't
never
shake
see
your head.
we will never see Bullseye in a film, and
Not
Taskmaster
necessarily
is
there,
gone.
no. Could be
Yeah.
TV.
No more Taskmaster. She's gone. She's gone. Dead and gone.
Well, so it's repurpose the tech.
Nobody's gonna repurpose it because nobody cares about the character.
People care about Taskmaster, not
Really
necessarily
don't.
that
Really don't.
adaptation,
Really
but like
don't.
they care about the comic character.
Oh, true. Okay.
Person asks, I understand Bob has a great relationship with Yelena and Doomsday. Does he have any cool moments with other characters, especially referring to you mentioning that other than Yelena, only one other person is hesitant to use Bob's powers, if you remember that. Alex says, I do recall that what you're mentioning, and he does. That person I refer to is Charles Xavier.
Mm.
We'll probably get an element where Charles looks into Sentry's mind and it's like, that's dangerous. Probably like the Phoenix. He has to always have that shit. Like, there's darkness that we shouldn't.
Yeah, this guy is fucked.
Yeah, this is worse than Gene.
Keep him on a leash, Yelena.
Yeah, exactly. Some Werewolf by Night stuff. Person asks, is there anything you tell us about Werewolf by Night? By chance, Alex says, I can. I've recently come into some neat information that points to a sequel for Werewolf by Night being in development.
That'd be cool. That makes sense. It's one of the actually it's the only good Marvel presentation. Oh no, I like the Guardian Holiday Special.
Yeah,
that's fine.
It would be fun to get more of that. Man Thing was introduced in that. And I would like to see more of him too. Just like keep the dark, Midnight Sun side of the world alive to like explore it. And, with Ghost Rider coming in, probably being like a great big introduction for that side of the world, could absolutely flourish.
Are you ready, Mr. Ghost Rider?
Hey, I mean, having like a set like Marvel releasing in October, doing like spooky shit would be fun.
That would be fun, yeah. And bring back Giacchino as director.
Totally. X-Men stuff. Person asks, there hasn't really been any real rumors or leaks going around regarding Mystique in the upcoming X-Men flick. Is she a real probability or is she a future plan like Gambit? Alex says, I'm going to be very frank and tell you straight up that I'm the last person you guys should be asking for casting information. That said, from the very little I've heard of development of the film, they kind of wanted to deviate away from the whole Magneto and the Brotherhood trope and focus on other villains that haven't been seen before, Sinister being at the top of Feige's list. So my interpretation of this is that they aren't actively looking for anybody who is part of the Brotherhood of the X-Men's first outing. Maybe Magneto if they want to establish he exists, but we'll see how that goes.
I couldn't agree more. It just seems like that's what Feige wants to do. Everything that we have done for the X-Men, we are not doing for our X-Men. So no Mystique, no Magneto yet. Again, they could have like a portrait that's not like finalized, but like I think that could be kind of it.
Sure.
But yeah, so like we're good on the Mystique front, and but it's why I would love to see though like Kitty and Jubilee, stuff like that. Oh, did you hear the report that like from this is from Nexus Point News that Kelly Spaney might still be in talks with Marvel for another X-Men role.
Oh yeah.
And people were thinking like, could she be Moira? I know there was rumors that like what's her name? Monica Barbaro was going to be like a Moira type character in the movie, but that could go to Kelly Spaney. Sure. Like a brunette type of character. Like, or people were like, oh, could Kaylee play Kitty in the X-Men movie? So you never know. Even though Kaylee is a bit older, so I don't know if that would. But she looks young, so she can play Kitty. Yeah. But yeah, there are talks that like, oh, I was like, don't give me hope that Kaylee could still be involved in this franchise.
Yeah. Says the original X-Men are set to return in Doomsday and as well as other fan favorite characters, but nothing has been said about the cast from First Class Saga. Do you think any of them will return for these projects? And Alex says, I heavily doubt it. Not a single thing has been mentioned on that front, which surprises me because like McAvoy and Stewart era had like a lot of great talent.
I would have gotten McAvoy and Stewart instead of Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, but I know those are legends in Hollywood. But like I would have gone for them instead before them. So Yeah, it is unfortunate, but at least could they at least brought back Jennifer Lawrence, please? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Or
I'm
she
kidding.
cares.
Yeah.
Um, Following Brand New Day, we got Jean in the MCU, so I was wondering what versions of the X Men this team's personalities and story will be primarily based on. Alex says, from what I understand, the idea is to get the
Bendis.
original. Bendis. The idea is to get the original five members together with some additions and basically establish a coming of age story where these characters who have been in hiding due to fear of rejection or persecution are finally stepping out into the shadows to save the world and prove that not all mutants are bad. But I'm sure we'll learn more about it next week at D23. Ha ha ha.
I think that's Brian Michael Bendis's run, where all
Yep.
new, all different X Men, where they come back from the past, or they come from the past, get lost in, fresh at a time characters who also have to deal with persecution.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of leaning. That 20, when did that happen? It was like 2012, 2015, I think. That run
Mm-hmm.
that was very fun for me.
Yeah.
Because that was around the same time they were introducing Laura into that group as well, Laura Kinney.
Yeah.
X-23. So hopefully. So we'll
Hopefully.
see. Because like even the Chris Claremont run from the '90s that people love, uh, like that one isn't with new characters. Those are like older X-Men characters.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways,
Where do you think the mutant saga will ultimately lead to adaptation for adaptations and or storylines, namely the big Avengers X-Men stuff? Alex says there's a lot of things we could be looking at, but I think referring to it as a saga is a mistake because there are different routes these projects are planning to take, and not all of them are going to lead into some big crossover event. Some are going to lead into supernatural crossover events like Midnight Suns, and other going lead into big mutant events with the X-Men solo outing, which are big enough on their own. You have the cosmic storylines with Nova and Nihilus and the Eternals and the Celestials. So we'll see what it all leads, but I hope that it answers your question.
I don't think it answered this question.
I
But
think it's just to say, like, no, it's not going to be like an overarching saga that's like one structure storyline. It's like the mutants are going to be part of so many different types of things.
I think Feige also mentioned like we're still gonna do Avengers movies. So like we're gonna have Avengers
Yeah,
movies and X-Men movies. Sometimes X-Men are gonna be in those Avengers movies.
yeah.
Sometimes Avengers could be in those X-Men movies.
No doubt we'll
Um,
get Fantastic Four films that'll have other heroes pop in.
exactly. So it's gonna be very, very crowded but fun, phase 7 and beyond.
Absolutely. Following a brand new day, can we expect to see mutant characters in non-mutant related projects like Avengers films other than Storm, potentially Black Panther 3, Ox's 100%? And then I think entering into final stuff, we're touching on Young Avenger Champions.
Did he mention like so? Did he confirm there that Storm would be in Black Panther 3 or like the possibility?
He didn't confirm, but I think that's just a heavily rumored thing that people have been addressing. But he
I'm
says like
still curious
100%.
about that. Well,
But
like
he does
with
say 100% we'll be seeing other mutants pop in solo projects. So,
yes, but like with her being confirmed for X-Men, it's
yeah.
like usually the Storm and Black Panther storyline just like they're so disparate. Like
Yep.
whenever Storm's with the Black Panther, she's not like it's not like oh I'm taking my summer vacation with Black Panther. Usually like the Storm and Black Panther storyline is a Storm that is written as like post her stint on the X-Men. You know what I mean? It's
Uh,
like, she's had a good time with the X-Men, but then she has romance with Black Panther. And then maybe she comes back. Or maybe they're just like two different authors doing two different things with Storm. Like it just I'm curious how they would streamline in the MCU, especially for an early outing as Storm. So that's why I'm getting less and less thinking that we'll see Storm in the MCU as like Black Panther 3, like as soon as Black Panther 3. I could see Storm being in Black Panther 4 now, but
mm,
I guess we'll just have to wait and see how she does in the X-Men movie.
totally.
But yeah, so what's the next?
For Young Avengers Champions, a person asks, will the Young Avengers / Champions members ever be involved in cosmic or space level conflicts in the future? Alex says, first, let's set the record straight. It's champions. Forget about the Young Avengers. It's just champions. Secondly, cosmic storylines are definitely in their future, and they plan to incorporate Novar and Hulkling down the road. However, Vision Quest is going to be the very important project to look forward to if you want a peek at what Marvel has planned for champions, primarily because in the show, Ultron wants to explore life, and this show really is all about fathers and sons connecting, where it's Ultron with Vision, Vision with Tommy, Vision with Tommy, and Billy, or sorry, Vision and Tommy with Billy, or Ultron wanting a son of his own. interesting.
Yeah, yeah, and we kind of get that from the trailer too. Like, this Ultron. I think Spader has talked about it recently in an article, but like this Ultron has been ever since the what's it called, Ultron, Age of Ultron. He's been stuck inside Vision's head. So he's been like, we see in the trailer, like he's like watching movies, he's like watching stuff that Vision has gone through. Like Ultron has just been living his life stuck inside of Vision, and
Yeah, I
now
saw that quote.
now he gets a taste of life outside of that, and sounds very delicious to dive into as like
Totally.
a weird Ultron. It's like, what's his MO? Like, what does he want to do with his life now? So
It's good.
right? Like, I don't know.
That would be interesting to see.
But yeah, that Vision Quest, that could be homework for champions. That makes more sense.
TV stuff, doing TV stuff, sure.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, I am curious there.
Absolutely. Person asks, will we ever see Kate and Yelena interact together or team up post Secret Wars? Alex says, yeah, that would definitely be like some big potato stuff.
Oh, I remember. I think we talked about that quote before. That sounds familiar. Yeah, I need it to happen. I need it to happen. We should have got that show 20 years ago. Kate and Yelena, season 2 of Hawkeye.
Black Widow and
That's
Hawkeye.
it. That's it. That's it.
When I was watching Spider-Man and they officially were calling Yelena Black Widow, I was like, do it.
That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. Like she is Black Widow now. Come on. Kate is such a great character. Such a great casting, and we haven't used her in like 5 years. It's wild.
Yeah. When she popped up in the Marvel's post credits, I was like, ugh.
Is Haley pregnant, or did she already have her kid?
I think by this point she's had the kid.
She's had her kid now? Okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah. Person asks, do you think Marvel still has plans to introduce Hulkling at some point? And Alex says 100% without a shadow of a doubt, they want Hulkling to appear at some point.
Why? Nobody. The Hulkling stocks are at an all-time low following She-Hulk. Like whatever that.
No, I don't think that's who Hulkling. I think this is a separate.
Oh, this is separate. Another kid?
Yeah, because that's
what the hell?
Hulkling is
not related to Hulk. Not related to Mark Ruffalo.
I don't think so. Also, he's like a big, like significant, like gay representation in the comics. I believe. I think he has a relationship with Billy. In the comics, maybe.
Okay.
So yeah, I very much could see that.
Okay.
Person asks, with Marvel seemingly moving away from the live-action TV side of the media, what does that mean for the future of champions, especially with Kate Bishop specifically? Asked Kate Bishop fan. It was you, wasn't it?
No, you got me.
Alex says, I'm just going to copy and paste this from message from one of my other sources. I really don't know where this idea of Marvel stepping away from live action TV is coming from, but that's just not true. Scaling down productions definitely, but straight up canceling TV show productions is not something that's either cost effective for Marvel or Disney. As long as Disney Plus exists, Disney will continue to ask Marvel Studios to produce content for its platform. It's all a matter of putting quality over quantity. As for Kate and Champions, I think they deserve a movie outing, to be honest, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind a series that would allow us to explore the mindset of these characters if done right.
I love Haley. I love Iman Vellani. They don't deserve a movie outing. They're not going to do that to them. I don't think they want a box office bomb in their future, and it will bomb. Maybe we got to call a spade. Champions would bomb. These are all characters that are new and came from TV shows, and that has never worked out at the box office.
Sure.
Like it'll do less than Thunderbolts, because at least Thunderbolts you have like Florence Pugh. But like granted, like Haley Steinfeld isn't a box office draw. Iman Vellani obviously isn't. But like I think give them 8 to 9 episodes in a TV show with the same well written like depth as like Miss Marvel. Bring back the Miss Marvel directors. Like that is one that I would easily watch week to week. That'd be very fun.
It's like a situation for me is like I would love to see them pop up in like a big old Avengers movie where like they're helping out, but
sure, yes,
giving a large team the time to develop episodically would serve us way better
every day of the week.
Especially if you want to like tie up things that are from other shows, like we have the giant ass cliffhanger from Ironheart.
I'm about to say we're still dealing with that. Yeah.
Especially if Mephisto's coming back up in Ghost Rider, so I was like, oh, can we fucking tee back on that? Exactly.
Going back to his other comment about Marvel TV shows, yeah, because there was reports that like Marvel, there is a new announcements of Marvel live action shows are reportedly going to be had at New York Comic Con in October.
Yeah.
That is like the next time we're going to get a dedicated Marvel TV panel.
Defenders.
And yeah, Defenders, and I'm still leaning on like Disney is more so hesitant about live action Marvel.
I
I
just
wouldn't
don't
be
think there'll
surprised.
be as many.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they announced like 2 new shows. I wouldn't say like 5. I wouldn't say a couple. I'll say like maybe 2 new shows. And maybe most of those are just like because even I saw even Jeff Snyder being like, yeah, they have some stuff planned. So like, I can see it being like not all TV shows, but like, hey, there's a new presentation announcement.
Sure.
I can see them leaning more towards after the. I don't even know if Ghost Rider was a success. It sucked, but like I could see them doing more special presentations
Mm,
instead of TV shows. I can see them doing that if it's more cost effective.
sure. Werewolf by Night too.
Star Wars, though, I don't even know what's up with Star Wars. Star Wars live action might be even more hoed than Marvel
Fuck.
because we're just we have Ahsoka in January and that's it for now. They
I would
literally
love a Skeleton Crew too.
right, but like Ahsoka starts in January, ends around March, so like
Sure.
that'll be just in time for Celebration, which I think Celebration would be the perfect time to announce a new something that isn't
Animation.
yeah, a new animated series like that I would love for them to announce a Maul season 3 or 4. But like, yeah, I just don't want another Star Wars TV show set during the Mando era. I would jump off a cliff. Uh,
I
don't
need
do that.
something outside of 3 and 4.
Me too. Outside of 3 and 4 and outside of Mando. That's all we ask. That's
Go
all we
back,
ask.
go forward.
Go back to the past. Go Samurai Jack style.
Yeah.
Go High Republic. Go
That's why
Acolyte season 2.
I think that is like my biggest excitement about Starfighter is the fact that it's post 9. Oh shit, what's that
Right?
galaxy?
We don't know exactly. Like it's so open up. Like
No Empire. Thanks.
Sean Levy, I'm not one to get excited by a Sean Levy quote, but like he was talking about Starfighter being so like lawless and open, and I'm like, that's exactly what I want. And it's also pretty easy as a director to be like, hey, Sean, how is the politics after Rise of Skywalker? He's like, let's just say it's lawless. Let's just say like there's no government because like I don't want to do that yet. Like I'll wait for the new trilogy.
I feel like they keep assuming like, oh, politics are boring and nobody wants to see it after the prequel push. Yeah. But then, like I hang out with my friend. I'm showing him like new Star Wars stuff. He's like, I wish the sequels talked about the politics. I'm like, well, shit.
We would love it, but like, yeah, sequels made it more so like
rebels. Yeah, and like we watch Andor, and it's like, oh my god, that fucking speech that Mothma gives, and like stuff like that. It's like it's fucking great.
Put that in theaters, exactly. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll be at Celebration. Any other comments?
A few more. Just in like miscellaneous questions about MCU. Person asks, with Marvel Television canceling Wonder Man season 2, is this a significant overhaul that they release their projects, like more special presentations and limited specials? Alex says, there's definitely special presentations being worked on right now. Werewolf by Night sequel, Heroes for Hire, Strange Academy. Okay, confirming Strange Academy as a presentation. Cool. But it's more of a case by case basis, I think.
Yeah, as we just said, yeah, I could see them leaning more towards limited series. Like as you mentioned earlier, like yeah, they might have a couple, 1 or 2 new TV shows, but I see them leaning more heavily into the easy 50-minute, 70-minute presentations. Like Werewolf by Night 2, Strange Academy, or something. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But like, what was the one you mentioned before Strange Academy? He said Strange Academy.
Heroes for Hire.
Heroes for Hire. So yeah, like
instead of doing a full blown Defenders thing, it's like we'll probably keep like the main like full arc stuff in Daredevil Born Again.
Yes.
But if you want to like oust on like doing the Heroes for Hire thing with like Luke and Danny.
Yeah, they don't want to give 8 episodes to Luke and Iron Fist and just be like, okay, cool. Here's an hour and a half of Luke and Iron Fist. That could be fun.
Honestly, like that's great for like testing grounds of like, oh, if people like really love whatever the fuck this was, like maybe we could do a little bit more of that. Whether that's like another presentation or if it's like people really clamoring, you could do 6-8 episodes.
And I think that's smarter. Just like start off a little small, then go big.
Sure. Another person also asked, with the unfortunate news of Wonder Man being canceled, Nova being retooled into a film, and no other live-action shows confirmed to be in development beyond Born Again Season 3, do you think Marvel is planning to shift away from live-action TV for the most part? Says, no, just focus on the quality over quantity.
Yeah, the Kevin Feige quote, quality over quantity.
Nova stuff we don't like talk about too much, but that is exciting. Like even recently, Sarah Haley Finn I think confirmed who's the casting of the MCU. I think she could also confirm like they're doing stuff with Nova, so that's fun.
Yeah, I can see Nova being a definite like 2029, 2030 release date.
Yeah, which would be great to get back to the cosmic side of the
And Nova being like Sam Nova, not the kid, right? Or which one's the kid's? What the kid's name is? Like,
Sam something, yeah. Versus I think Richard Rider is the
you're right. Yeah, I keep
oh,
thinking. I have more. I have more familiarity with Sam because I love the Champions run, and Champions is Miss Marvel, Sam, and Miles. But yeah, so but they could start with Richard. Yeah, so we'll see.
yeah, true. Princess, will we ever get an Avengers movie like the first two, where there is no other team in it, purely focusing on the Avengers? Alex says we really should, but it's too early to tell right now.
Yeah, yeah, we really should, but it's not going to be the next 2 years. not going to be in Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yeah. So, somebody asked, "Where's Big Wheel?" Do you know about Big Wheel?
Big wheel, no.
The Spider-Man villain. He was in the animated series, like
The wheel thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex says, "Ask Destin." No, really, ask. I think he wants to do Big Wheel.
I mean, but it's so
You know what? They
basic
probably
now.
did the thing with like the opening montage thing, and like it'll be plugged in later.
I think a big wheel. I think of like the Men in Black 3 chase sequence where they're chasing off against like the guy in a wheel.
Yeah,
But like, but yeah, that could be that'll be a fun little Spider-Man short. Yeah,
yeah.
opening credits.
If the multiverse is less likely to be a major factor in the next saga, what will America Chavez's role look like? And Alex says she'll be a hero on Earth.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Right on. Following Wonder Man's cancellation, what are Marvel's future plans for Simon? Thank you for asking.
Great question.
I really wouldn't know how to answer that because it all really rode on Wonder Man season 2. He was going to be one of the prime examples the DODC would use to convince the general public that the threat mutants pose to society. Now I really wouldn't know what the plan is with him. Fuck, man, what a great
I'm
crux.
so pissed because that's what we got in like, and they definitely would have teed up the episode 4 flashback of it all with like the mutant who got eaten up. Like I would have loved to see that, like him deal with that because that was teed up in Wonder Man, like the whole like can we trust these mutants, the whole contract thing. But and they were so far along in season 2, like they were ready. Like this was a shocking fallback.
And that would have been like such a great crux of like, you know, with the through line of the DODC, you know, not only like being like an issue with Miss Marvel, who's also marked as potentially a mutant, but like starting all the way back to its introduction in Spider-Man Homecoming DODC, which is formed by Tony, and now seeing that thing, like for Spider-Man, seeing that thing that his former mentor created being a detriment to the lives of his new friend Jean and the X-Men, would have been such a great turnaround.
I agree, man. I'm still so pissed.
Damn, man. With recent adjustments to the upcoming phases, is Marvel Studios leaning more toward open ethnicity casting calls for unannounced characters to expand the franchise representation, or are they prioritizing the development of original Black heroes from the comics due to cancellations of Blade and Wonder Man's shows? Alex says, I don't know anything about how Marvel does their castings beyond the fact that they look for actors who have worked on Disney productions within the last 5 years. Anything that involves 20th Century Fox, Searchlight, Lucasfilm, etc. It's not a guarantee that it'll get them cast, but it certainly does help.
Yeah, Marvel's MO is like people within the Marvel family or the Disney family, or people who just had a big hit. Your indies. Look for young actors and big box office hits. Or awards heavy hits, right? Like don't be surprised if they asked Mikey Madison about for roles in a Marvel movie too. It always happens. Yeah. Because remember after Emma won La La Land, her Oscar La La Land, you know, she got a lot of offers for comic book movies, and she was like, "No, thank you. Like I'm good." Like after doing Amazing Spider-Man movie, she was good on that front. But yeah, so that always happens. And like Brie Larson won an Oscar, boom, Captain Marvel. It's like Mahershala Ali won an Oscar, boom, Blade.
Boom.
Like, you know,
didn't happen. Won an Oscar, boom, doom.
So yeah, like that's usually what happens. Like we'll see who wins an Oscar this year and see if they want to court them for a future Marvel movie.
Absolutely. Last thing here. It's been a while since I last asked. Any new developments with Star Lord? Alex says, I heard one rumor, but it's not for me to share, unfortunately.
Star Lord's dead. He's gonna die in Secret Wars, and that's the end of Chris Pratt. Da 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 da.
And I'll cry. Star Lord's a great character.
He is a great character, but I think it is time for him to put him on the bench. Put him on the bench. Because I think Nova could be that Star Lord character for the new phases and beyond.
Sure.
We don't really need Chris Pratt anymore.
Well, by God, Evan, we did it.
We did it. 2 hours, 10 minutes.
2 hours, 10 minutes, 2 Q&As, 1 episode of Lanterns.
That was fun. That was a fun time. I love talking this shit about those MCU rumors and reports. What may happen, what may not happen, what's bullshit and what's not. So yeah, this was a good time. Follow me on Twitter, Harris EV9 XJ9. And yeah, this week we're gonna be continuing our commentary. So like, subscribe, ring the bell so you know when we go live for Captain America: The First Avenger. I can't wait. Avengers. We'll see what happens. Directed by Steven Spielberg.
No, is it just Spielberg for every production?
Yeah. And then Iron Man 3 this week, and the one after Iron Man 3, which I forget now.
Thor: The Dark World.
Thor: The Dark World. So yeah, that's all 4 of our movies this week. Be there, be square.
Yeah. Exciting. You follow me at _TimeBlazer, making a show called Time Blazer with co-star and crew Saul and Evan Harris.
Playing Ben, who I think would be smart enough to figure out who is the Manhunter. I don't know if Ben would have had sex with Zoe like John would have. I don't think he's that smooth, but you know. How old is my character, by the way? I'm in my 20s, right?
I think you're like 30 max.
30 max. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. How old is John in this Lantern show? Do you think?
35, I think.
Mid-30s? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just check.
Right on. But then also, I think that was calculated from when I was watching episode 1, so he might be 45 now. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, plus 10 years. Yeah.
Because, it added... Well, no. Because all in all, from the opening scene, it's 30 years collectively. And he would have been probably like 5 or something in the flashback. So,
you're right, because he started in 1996.
Yeah.
And then we're in 2016.
Yeah, mid-30s, yes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
We're good. With that being said, if you guys enjoy this, make sure you like button, subscribe, not already, ring the bell so you miss coverage on all things that we talk about. There's a lot of things that we talk about. But yeah, don't be left behind. Because we hit 20,000 subscribers and you want to be a part of that. You want to be a part. You don't want to be before. You want to be a part of pre 50,000 or 100,000 or 1 million. Because yeah, that's coming up probably next week. We're fast growing.
Or the big one, 21,000.
Hey. Sure.
So I'm gonna get the gold plaque right. 21,000, a random number.
That's right. Not 1 million. You get the silver at 100,000.
Wow.
But yeah, because not if I did it. God, dude, I'm fried. All right. That being said, hope you guys have a great day. Catch you guys next time.